And we are live. How's everybody doing tonight? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and you're watching and/or listening to ABL Live. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. You could be almost anywhere in the world, but you're right here with me live on the show, and I appreciate y'all for that. We got a whole lot going on all over the internets, all over mainstream media, social media, everywhere, and I don't know where to start. First of all, DOGE. I love DOGE. DOGE is my favorite agency, my favorite new thing in a very long time. But a lot of people who are probably getting paid $285,000 a month to figure out how many licks to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll pop. If they get fired, they're going to be upset and call it something that's racist against black people. We'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. Also, the halftime show, Kendrick Lamar and his bell bottoms, little girl bell bottoms, curvaceous bell bottoms. Like, what's really going on? The think pieces, oh my goodness. Listen, the think pieces are crazy. We'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. Also, we have a transgender and gender diverse sanctuary. You know, one thing I do know, I don't know a lot. I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer or the brightest bulb in a set of Christmas lights. But I do know one thing. I know there's not much diversity when it comes to gender. You got two of them, male or female. You identify as a orca with no tail. Okay, man, whatever. But guess what? At the end of the day, XX or XY, pick one. We'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. And also, speaking about orcas, the supersized rapper, we'll touch on that and a whole lot more on tonight's episode of ABL Live. And again, thank y'all for being here. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. If you like what you're hearing tonight, if you enjoy the content in general, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all of that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Oh, we got a lot going on. We have a lot going on. And like I said, shout out to DOGE, shout out to Elon. Shout out to everyone making this country a much better place to live in. We needed it. The migration crisis is ruining us, or it was at least, because we're down quite a bit. I think we're down 93%. And as a matter of fact, hold on. I ain't gonna show no videos yet, but I got to show you this right here. We're down 93%. I thought we needed a bipartisan bill to close the border and do all that stuff. That's what I thought we needed. So I don't understand. I don't really get how we're able to achieve numbers like what you see right here. How are we able to achieve this? Look at this. Gotaways southern border. Daily average 1,800 plus under the Biden administration compared to 132. That is a 93% decrease, a 93% decrease since February 1st. I thought we had to get a bipartisan border bill. I thought we needed to get everybody to sign their rights away to give $1 trillion to Ukraine. That's what I thought we had to do. But we can see how effective true leadership is. Real leadership, real policy. It was always policy. It wasn't, oh, we needed a border bill. Because, I mean, and the funny part is that a lot of the normies, they don't know anything. They think that it made sense to do a bill. And I was saying the entire time, why do we need a bill? Why do we need anything like that when there was no need for a bill during Trump? So when Trump was the president the first time, 2016 to 2020, there wasn't a big issue. There wasn't a migration crisis. As soon as Biden comes in, he passes executive orders. He does certain things. And then all of a sudden, we have an explosion of illegal aliens, criminal aliens, whatever you want to call them, people who should not be here, fake asylum seekers, things of this nature, gotaways. But now that we got Trump back in the White House, 2025, all of a sudden, the big rush of the migrants has stopped. So I'm just kind of having a hard time understanding. Is it because it's cold outside? I mean, that can't really be it, because they come when it's hot outside too, in that desert where you could die. You could be 115 degrees in that desert with no water. You could die immediately. Same thing for the cold. It can't be that cold compared to how hot it gets. So I don't think it's the weather. I think what happened is we have policy on the books that actually protects the border. that does not allow these migrants to do whatever they want. ABL, they're coming to work. It's like, well, look, at the end of the day, you want to come over here and work. You want to come over here and bring something positive to our country, then come legally. Come legally, because if you are a legal immigrant, I don't expect that we're going to take care of you, that you're going to just be over here like a bump in the log, sitting on your hind parts. But a lot of these migrants in Denver, Colorado, for example, are just scattered all over the place, coming up to your vehicle aggressively, about to break your window to try and clean it to get a couple of dollars. And they have human trafficking going on with the Venezuelans. You got a lot of things happening. You got fentanyl coming across, guns coming across, all that coming across. But in just a few days, we're able to get nearly a 100% decrease in the gotaways at the southern border. I mean, come on, man. The proof is in the pudding. It's right here. So when anybody tries to tell you that we got to have a bipartisan border bill and we got to spend more money, everything's always about money. Sometimes it's just about using your resources properly rather than just throwing money at it, okay? You want to throw money at the migration problem, all you're going to get is a migrant czar. Oh, and the things, listen, there's going to be a report tomorrow. I can't wait. The report is going to itemize who got what and why. It's going to be great. But we found out quite a bit so far. I'm going to show you some things in this live stream that'll completely blow your mind that you probably have not seen yet. You've not seen it yet. The government waste, fraud, and abuse is off the hook. It's off the charts. It's off the hook. It is ridiculous. And we're talking about billions of dollars. Oh, it's 1% of the... I don't think it makes sense to spend 100 billion, 200 billion, or whatever the billion or trillion is on anything if we don't need it. I don't think it really makes any sense to do that. If I'm in a grocery store and I'm trying to get a toothbrush and one toothbrush costs, or a pack of toothbrushes might cost $5, the other one costs $6.50, I'm looking at it like, why am I paying $1.50 more? Why would I pay that much more for these toothbrushes? Do I get any more? Is it a better brand? Is it an American brand? Like, why am I paying the extra $1.50? If I'm going to do that for toothbrushes, I'm for sure going to do it when it comes to spending billions of my taxpayer money. You take my taxpayer money from me, gunpoint, or it's not even about gunpoint. You could just go in my bank account and just straight take whatever you want. You could just go in there, yank it out, and I'm just pretty much left defenseless. If you can do that with my money, you know what I want? A little bit of transparency, a little bit of responsible spending. Don't steal my money from me at gunpoint, without gunpoint, whatever the case may be, and then set it on fire in front of my face. Why would you do that? Just leave it in my bank account. If you're going to steal my money and then set it on fire in front of me, you want to have a bonfire with ABL's money right in front of his face. Just leave the money in the account. If you're going to burn it, why not let me keep it? That's my whole thing. So yeah, shout out to DOGE. Shout out to all of those trying to get rid of the waste, fraud, and abuse. Oh, but that deep state, that permanent government state, the people that rely upon federal work, oh, they are not happy. They out here singing, "We shall overcome," all type of stuff. But it's like, look, I know you enjoy your house in McLean, Virginia, and your salary when you're getting paid $485,000 a year to basically, look, there's one job that I saw. A person was getting paid millions to watch people push papers, not even to be the chief paper pusher, but to watch the chief paper pusher. I'm not making this up. As a matter of fact, what was that actual job title? Is a paper pusher. What was it? It was to observe paper pushing. Okay, hold on. I got to find that right quick. Oh, 1.5 million. So look, I'm going to show you this right quick. The Department of Education terminated 89 contracts worth $881 million. One contractor was paid $1.5 million to observe mailing and clerical operations at a mail center, and when asked what he does, nobody knew. One guy getting paid $1.5 million to observe mailing and clerical operations, literally being paid to watch others push papers. Hey, what does that guy do that's getting paid that much money? I don't know. Who knows? 1.5 million, take that. 1.5 million, take that. I think that a lot of us would like to get that 1.5 million back, even if it meant everybody only got a fraction of a penny. That's more than what I had yesterday. And I know he didn't need it. So let's just eliminate that and the other 881 million and the other billions upon billions upon billions upon billions of waste, fraud, and abuse. Very simple. $1.5 million. That's got to be nice. You living in Annandale, Virginia, in a nice, comfy, suburban home. You got 2.3, 2.5 cars in your garage. You got your kids in private school, all this, that, and the third. You really don't do anything for a living. You really just take the taxpayers' money, but you don't care because your life is golden, right? Your life is golden. So when ABL comes on YouTube and says, hey, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't be paying you that much money to do nothing, to observe paper pushing, you're not going to be too enthused about that. But guess what? Oh, well, it's a brand new day. It's a brand new day. Learn the code rather than watching papers get pushed around from point A to point B. All right. and you know, exactly, Guru Chaz, you don't even need college for that job. You don't need college, but you probably would need college because that's the whole entry. It's a game at a certain point. You probably had to get a master's degree to go do that. That's not a job that we actually need in this country. And the only reason that job exists at that level is because of the federal government. I've been telling y'all for years, I'm from Virginia. I know how it goes in D.C. I've been to D.C. a lot. The whole area, the Washington, D.C. metro area, what they call it, the DMV, Northern Virginia, D.C. itself, and then Maryland, right around D.C., PG County, MoCo, all of that. All of that is federal government money emanating from Capitol Hill out into the immediate D.C. area. That's all that it is. Contractors, subcontractors, this, that, and the third. Unnecessary jobs, most of it. Most of it, we don't need it all. We could just cut a big piece of it and the government would be a lot better off. The only ones who would suffer would be those who work those useless government jobs. Again, they're giving you an out right now. They're saying, you know what, if you want to quit, go ahead and quit right now. We'll give you pay up until September. If you don't want to quit, well, hey, I can't really guarantee that your job as the chief stapler refiller, I can't guarantee that job's going to exist anymore. We might not need any more paper dispensers, stapler refillers, or hole punchers. We might not need any more of those after we get done with the cuts. All right. We might not need a limestone mine with 700 employees to process government retirement paperwork. ABL has got to be in a secure facility. We got to have a backup. Okay, I understand having the backup for these documents, but must we have a limestone mine from 1955? Like Elon said, we could do anything other than that. You got bottlenecks, inefficiencies, weird work environment. I'm just not really a big fan. So yeah, shout out to Elon, shout out to Trump, shout out to everybody trying to get the government right back on track. Right back on track. All righty. But we got a whole lot to talk about. There's a whole lot going on. Shout out to you guys again for being here. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. We got a lot to get to, but first things first, y'all know how I do. Shout out to the sponsors. Shout out to you guys, of course, for watching and super chatting. Shout out to Mouse C. Say my favorite batch. Okay, I don't want to start reading these right now because you see a lot of them coming in. But thank you guys for being here, super chatting, supporting already, watching, retweeting, whatever you're doing. I could not do the show without you. And shout out to the sponsors. Shout out to patriotpost.us. your best source of news and information anywhere on these interwebs. Their link will always be in the box, or go to patriotpost.us in your browser. Tell them that ABL sent you. Also, go to my merch website, ablmerch.com. That is ablmerch.com. We got the hats, t-shirts, stickers, hoodies, mugs, and more right there on the website, ablmerch.com. Also, please go to my regular website, anthonyblogan.com. That is ANTHONY, the letter B, LOGAN.com. Go to the front page of the website, and on that front page, I have articles for each video that I produce. And in each article, we got sources from the left, from the right, from the center, from the politically agnostic, from Democratic, Republican, from local, national, international, whatever you want. I got it right there on the website, anthonyblogan.com. And speaking about local stories, did you guys see that pastor, the black pastor that kind of had threatened Elon and whatnot? That was right here in Chattanooga. Like, that was like down the way. That was down the cut. That was way, like, where that happened. I'll get to that a little bit later. But where that took place, that was like in the part of the city I don't go. Okay, I'm not going down that little sketchy kind of armpit type area. But we'll get to that in a minute. Y'all don't worry about it. But going back to the website, go to the contact page of the website, anthonyblogan.com/contact us. There you'll be able to find my email address, my snail address, my UPS box, of course, my social media accounts, my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, never going to call it X, TikTok. All those links are right there on the contact page, anthonyblogan.com/contact. Also, if you're ever wondering if you're talking to me or not on the internet, if you're ever wondering like, hey, I'm in the comment section of a YouTube video, is this ABL saying that I should contact him on this 1,000-digit WhatsApp number with a gift card number so I can get some cash from his relative that's really rich? It's not me. Don't get scammed. It's 2025. We don't have time for this scamming. I give the same spiel every stream, but people still fall for the scams. They still do it. They're still communicating. And you know, the newest scam, or it might not be new, but I've noticed it. The scam is this. In the comment section of a video, here's what happened. There'll be a comment with a lot of likes on it. Like 400 likes, so there'd be a comment. Once you expand the replies to that specific comment, there will be a bunch of other comments talking about referring someone that can help you financially. Oh yeah, I talked to Mrs. Williams and she was great with my money. She did great with my investment. Yeah, just look her up. And you know what? Matter of fact, you should contact her. This is her handle right here. See, that right there, the whole thing, it'd be like 8 comments is all fake. The first comment is fake. The likes are fake. All the comments under it are also fake. It's designed to get you to think that, hey, there's a lot of support for this random lady that helps with finances. Rather than going to a trusted CPA, I'm going to go to this random YouTube comment lady. That's what I'm going to do. Some of y'all be involved in that. Don't do that. Also, the prime bots. Y'all see the prime bots. Do not interact with the prime bots at all. You calling the prime bot a bot only helps with the engagement of that bot. Don't do it. So don't talk to the prime bots. Don't fall for these 5,000 liked comments talking about some financial advisor. If you want financial advice, go to a CPA or someone you know in real life locally. You can sit down and actually be face to face. If you can't smell their breath on your nose, I suggest you don't talk about cash at all. At all. All right, but anyway, and of course, the most obvious one, if you see a person with my face and a name that looks like mine talking about gift cards and stuff like that, come on, man, y'all got to stop doing that. Y'all got to stop. If I see one of y'all in Tarjay with a bushel of gift cards, I'm going to tell you, look, I'm going to hold your hand as I do this. Put the cards back, ma'am, okay? Put the cards back. It's not me you were talking to. It was a guy like this talking to you, huh? It was not me. Put the cards back. But anyway, shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for being here. We got a whole lot going on. You know where I want to go? You know where I want to go right now? I want to go straight to Kendrick Lamar. Just to get it out the way, because I got a lot to say about this situation. And I got to show you guys a think piece Oh, the think not a think piece, but like a visual think piece. Y'all got to see that. That's hilarious. And once you see it, you're going to understand my point of view a lot more. Now, can we just get to it here? Now, look, Kendrick Lamar. First of all, congrats to the Philadelphia Eagles for winning. I was rooting for you. I'm not really a big Chiefs fan, but shout out to the Chiefs. You guys are a great team. Patrick Mahomes, my homeboy, all this and that. Travis Kelce and his glittery blouse. And Taylor Swift, shout out to you guys, but it was not in the cards for you. The Eagles came in and they stomped the Chiefs intertwined from the beginning to the end. Okay, shout out Saquon Barkley, redemption after the Giants did them dirty. Shout out Jalen Hurts. Shout out the entire Philadelphia Eagles. You guys did amazing. Now, the halftime show. I watched it and I was like, okay, I'm going to give it a shot. I knew off rip that it wasn't going to be, I ain't going to say I knew it wasn't going to be good. From the beginning, I knew that it would be a challenge to make this good. Because when you have a rapper who is not necessarily a crossover artist with a catalog that's kind of obscure to the masses, I knew that it would be hard for him to get on this stage and really do well. His performance would have been good for the VMAs or maybe even the Grammys, a place where you have a bunch of musical artists and it may not necessarily be an artist for the mainstream. Let me say something about music right quick. And this kind of stage, you're talking about, you have 130 million people watching. It's just a lot of people. And it's a lot of different people. People in parts of this country who do not listen to rap at all. They don't understand what Kendrick is saying at all. So they're just sitting there looking at it. Hold on. Let me show you what the response was. Okay. In a place like this. Look. Watch. See the faces of the people that are here.
People don't look like they're enjoying themselves.
Blank face. Blank stare. They don't know the music. They don't know what's happening. They don't know who that is. And if you don't know the music and you can't understand him, then you're just sitting there like, what's going on? Who is this? What is he saying? I can't understand him. They're trying to give you a chance, but they can't even really process what's going on. The music ain't all that. He's not a good entertainer. It was just weird. It was super, super duper weird. People didn't like it. But back to the music. For this kind of thing, you want something people know. You want something that's universal. I say an easy pick would be a Nickelback or Creed. When you are with me. And I point the mic out. Y'all gonna know the song. Everybody's gonna know the song. Even if you don't know the song, they got this slow rhythm and they enunciate clearly so you're able to hear it. And they're actually playing instruments and it's musical. And what you could do in that instance is bring out a live band, some kind of live instrumentation or marching band, something. He didn't do any of that. See, look, y'all know, look at y'all. Y'all know, everybody knows that. Young, old, black, white, it don't matter. It's universal. That's why I say, I know Creed ain't together no more, but yeah, shout out Scott Stapp. Shout out to all of them. But you get my point. The point is something that is universal and it's easy. If it's going to be a rapper, what YMCA exactly? If it's going to be a rapper, let it be somebody safe. You guys go to clubs. I've been to all kind of clubs all across the country. In Virginia, I worked in the clubs in a lot, so I know what the clubs are. You know, you got like the all-white clubs, you got the mixed clubs, and you got the black clubs. You also got the Mexican, Hispanic clubs. I've been to a small Hispanic club. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. These guys in there, drunk, Coronas everywhere, Modelo's everywhere. Everybody's like 4'11". They're having a time of their life. Okay, the ranchero type dudes in there cutting the rug with their novia, having a good old time. It's different in there. You go to a white spot, it's kind of just cool. I can't say I've been to a white club, like an all white club. I've been to a restaurant that was all white, but not necessarily a white club. The mixed spots, you know what they're going to play. They're going to play apple bottom jeans and the boots with the fur. They're going to play that. They're going to play Nelly, Eminem, like family friendly, easy listening, super casual, normie rap. They're going to play that in there. Why? Because everybody knows it. You could be a casual at best music listener and catch right on it. It's easy. You go to the black spots, they're going to play fight, fight, fight. They're going to play, but for real, I'm serious. They're going to play fight music. They're going to play Sexy Red. They're going to play that kind of stuff in there. You go to a more upscale black spot, they're going to play some Drake. They're going to play, who else? They're going to play some early Kanye. They're going to play that kind of stuff. Like, what did Mos Def say? Drake is like you go shopping with an edge. They're going to play that in the upscale black spot. In the hood black spot, fight, fight, fight. And the mixed spot is going to be down, down, baby. It's going to be that. Anyway, back to Kendrick. Where does he fit in with what I said? Maybe an upscale black spot at best. The point is that it's too niche. It's not really mass appeal. And nobody knows him or the catalog. The catalog is kind of like microwave music. Then you come out here with bell bottoms on, calling it some kind of fashion statement. I thought it looked kind of queer. You look curvaceous, bro. And you're like 5'5" at best. You don't look like it makes sense. Prince was shorter than Kendrick Lamar. But Prince, if you're going to do the whole androgynous thing, you got to either you got to be all the way dedicated or not. Kendrick put on a pair of bell bottoms like, okay, I'm fashionable. But Prince was fashion. He embodied it, and he had stuff made just for him. Kendrick, the bell bottoms, the music, there was no marching band. There was nothing else. It just sucked. I didn't like it. From the beginning, I didn't like it. From the beginning. Now, do you guys want to get those dad jeans he had? Do you want to get those dad jeans? These dad jeans come from Celine, and they were $1,200 US. Now, of course, they're all sold out. Hey, can I tell you something though? And RIP to Prince, the legend. RIP to all our good black entertainers. We need to get those back. Okay, we got a few hanging around. Drake and Kanye are still good in my humble opinion, but we need more Michaels and Princes and Whitneys and people like this. Kendrick ain't gonna do it. But look, if I see y'all out in the streets with these bell-bottom little girl dad jeans on, I'm calling the authorities. Like, yo, and then when he pull up, Mr. Logan, what's the problem? See that man right there? He got bell-bottoms on. Arrest that man today. But I know I'm gonna see one of y'all in Atlanta with some bell-bottom curvaceous jeans on and the purse. Like you're high fashion. Now you look crazy. That's what you look like. But I want to hear this think piece from this woman. She's gonna tell us, listen, she's gonna tell us why the Kendrick performance was good. And she's gonna scold you white people, okay? This lady looking like why is there always these redheads? You're looking like Conor McGregor's little sister. Okay? Conor McGregor's little sister is going to tell the whites and everybody else why Kendrick's performance was really good. You ready? Let's watch.
Front and center. Come here. Hey, white people, like front and center. Come here. I gotta talk to you. You're embarrassing us. You're embarrassing us. That halftime show was epic. It was a protest. It was art. It was rich in symbolism and lyrical genius, but you don't want to see that. And look, I know I'm setting myself up to catch a lot of heat for this. I really don't care. I'd rather it come to me than a lot of other people out there. So let's get going. There is nothing inherently wrong with disliking a certain type of music or a certain style of performance. You cannot like a certain type of music all you want. I'm not saying you have to think that Kendrick Lamar's music is the best thing since sliced bread. I myself don't personally listen to Kendrick Lamar. I know who
Exactly. What are you even saying? You don't listen to Kendrick Lamar. That's the point. Most people don't listen to Kendrick Lamar. So then when he appears on the stage and you can't understand him, you can't hear what he's saying, you don't know the music, you don't know who he is, you're just sitting there like, okie dokie, what do we do now?
who he is, because I'm a high school teacher, and if I don't know some of these things, then I'm going to get roasted on the daily, more than I already do. But it's not like I'm jamming out to him myself, because I don't personally love just like pure rap. It's just not my favorite genre.
You don't like rap music, and it's fine. Look, it's okay. Listen, can I say something right quick to the white people and anybody listening? It's okay to say, you know what? I don't like rap music. It's totally fine. It's okay. You don't have to like rap music. You don't have to like anything. Okay? I love avocados. I can eat them breakfast, lunch, dinner. You might not like them. That's totally fine. That is your prerogative. All right, let me go back.
But I'm also smart enough to know that there's a lot packed into some of these lyrics, more than you think and more than you're even able to understand on a surface level. Because if you're not used to listening to it and hearing what they're saying, myself included, it can be hard to even understand them. And that halftime show was just chock full of symbolism and clues and like little nuggets of black culture.
Okay, the nuggets of black culture. So, Miss Frizzle, Magic School Bus, what are the nuggets of black culture? I want you to educate me on that right now. Let's do it.
Recognize that they have a culture that is unique to them and cannot be replicated and cannot be fully understood by us unless we are willing to do a whole lot of work and listening.
So now, if I tell you something, will you hear me out? I'm black. So are you going to hear me out or nah? Do I not count because I'm conservative?
To what they say. Now I've digressed because I'm onto culture, and that's not even what I intended to be talking about right now. What I was going to be talking about is the show itself, okay? Samuel L. Jackson, Uncle Sam, telling him to calm down, to get it together, to not be so hyped up and ghetto. It's literally the message of America to black people all the time. Calm down. Why do you have to be so extra? Why do you have to act like that? Why can't you just be more like us?
The message is stop committing crime and take care of your kids. That's a message that I hear all the time from other people. That's the number one complaint, the criminality and the kids just doing whatever they want to do. That's the problem. Lack of advancing forward, not about little things like that. That ain't really what is going on. So again, Miss Frizzle, are you going to hear me out or are you the expert on black people?
Want, by they, I mean white America, seems to want every other culture to assimilate with us, not be who they are. We want to say, oh, we love everybody, we're colorblind. No, you're not. No, you're not. And the comments about last night's halftime show me exactly. That's all the proof I need. You ain't colorblind, and you never will because it's not possible. And it's okay to not be colorblind. In fact, it's preferable to acknowledge all of the diversity and the differences that are out there because that's real life. This performance, beyond just the visual imagery of the American flag comprised of hooded black dancers, divided with Kendrick Lamar right in the middle, speaking to that division, right? Beyond Serena Williams coming out and doing her crip walk on stage.
Crip walk. Can we talk? Okay, let's talk about the crip walk for a minute. The crip walk. I really wanted to get into this. I'm going to come right back to Miss Frizzle. But look, check it out. The crip walk. Now, y'all know who the Crips are, okay? Southern California gang that has spread all over the country like a virus. Serena Williams had an older sister, not Venus, but her, I think, half-sister, stepsister, something like that. Anyway, many years ago, her older sister was killed by Southside Compton Crip. Venus and Serena are from Compton. So somebody from their hood, from the gang that she's supporting with the Crip Walk, killed her sister many years ago. Oh, ABL, it's a different set of the gang. It ain't the same set of the Crips. Oh, ABL, she's just dancing. It's just a dance move. And she has on blue. It's just a happenstance. So she's wearing blue, doing the Crip Walk when the Crips killed her older sister from the same hood that she's from, Southside Compton Crip. They say it's just a dance. It doesn't mean anything. It's just part of the culture. Exactly. It's part of the culture. Southern California gang culture is a cancer that has spread all around the country and from generation to generation. The OG Crips came about in the 70s. So how do we still have Cripping going on right now in 2025? It's because of the culture. As long as you celebrate and romanticize and glorify gang culture, you're going to have more of it. You're going to have more of it. And that's the truth. So I don't hear nothing about, oh, it's just a dance. No. And you people in California, I hate when you bring that stuff with you. Listen, Little Rock, Arkansas, I got a cousin out there that's from Little Rock. California people exported gang culture to Little Rock in the early 90s and late 80s because they brought drugs out there, and they covered that in that show called Snowfall, where they went to Arkansas. That's what happened in real life. That really happened in Little Rock. They exported the gang culture and the drugs. So you had a massive gang problem in Little Rock, Arkansas, because of Southern California gang culture combined with the music and the drugs that they came out there with. My cousin told me, I told the story before, and my cousin told me that it was so violent when he was a kid in Little Rock. They would sit on the ground to watch TV. They wouldn't be on the couch or a chair. And the TV would be on the floor, no TV stand, and they wouldn't sit in the couch. Why? Because when they have drive-by shootings, they would drive down the street. And if you got a house right here on the street, they would spray right at the window level. So if you're sitting on the couch watching TV, you would get hit right on the couch watching TV. So you sit on the ground, and when you hear the acceleration of the vehicle and you hear gunshots, you're on the ground. All you're really going to do is kind of just lay flat on the ground and wait till it stops. But if you were on the couch, it might have been too late. You would have already got hit. That's how violent it is in these places with gang culture from Southern California. But let me go right back and then I'll move on.
Okay, beyond the setup of the stage as one, a prison yard, and two, like a game, like a video game with the buttons, and very Squid Game-esque as well. Did you catch that? At one point I said, is this emulating Squid Game? And my husband was like, I don't know, maybe. And I think it was. If I'm wrong, let me know. We're talking about Squid Game. We're talking about the rich pitting the poor against one another.
All right, I think that's enough. I mean, really, at the end of the day, all the symbolism, all that kind of stuff, who cares? Like, I'm not trying to have to read something to go with what I'm looking at to enjoy it. Either I'm going to enjoy it, either I'm going to enjoy it, or I'm not going to enjoy it. I did not enjoy it. If it was a good message and you enjoy Kendrick, then shout out to you, man. Like, I'm not trying to rain on nobody's parade. Personally, I'm not really a Kendrick fan. I put him in the same category as J. Cole. I think they're good artists. They have a good message. They're skilled at what they do, but they are not entertainers. If I'm on a drive and I want to sleep behind the wheel of the car, listen, if I'm driving and I want to sleep behind the wheel of the car as I'm driving, I put on Kendrick Lamar or J. Cole. Put me right to sleep. That's the truth. Great message. They can rap really well. They're skilled at that, but it's not entertaining. Simple as that. So yeah, shout out to the think pieces and all that good stuff, but I'm good. I am super, super good. All right, let's keep on moving here. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. So next year, let's get a regular middle of the road type band. Also, one more thing. It was going to be, well, it could have been Lil Wayne, which would have made sense because the game was in New Orleans, which is where Lil Wayne's from. You could have brought out all the Hot Boys. You could have brought Master P. Listen, they could have done Bling Bling, and it would have been enough. ABL, Bling Bling is BG song. Please stop the nonsense. At the end of the day, it was Lil Wayne that made the song. He could have done that one song and it would have been entertaining. You might not know the lyrics to Bling Bling, but you know Bling Bling. That is a phrase in the dictionary because of Lil Wayne. It's a phrase. It's become part of our language because of Lil Wayne. Everybody knows that, or they know that phrase. That would have been so like I said, Flow Rider, Eminem, safe, middle of the road, easy. You know, that kind of music is great for that environment. Simple, very simple. But anyway, yeah, shout out to people that understand what entertainment is and what it's not. That right there, what I saw at the game, it was bad. It was real bad. And them bell bottoms, man, I didn't like it. I did not like it. But yeah, shout out to y'all. Let's keep on going. Now, do you know how old the founding fathers were? Because this is a thing that people there who are pretty young nowadays might not understand. They may think that if you're in government, you got to be an old white person. You got to be you got to be an octogenarian to be a politician and to be in charge. In reality, the founding fathers were very young. Yes, different time, different people. I get it. But still, let's watch.
So you've been lied to about this. Our founding fathers were not old, contrary to our current government. Every time I ask students to describe the founding fathers in 3 words, I hear old white men. But on July 4th, 1776, James Monroe was 18 years old. Aaron Burr was 20. John Marshall was 20. Alexander Hamilton was only 21 years old. Betsy Ross was 24. James Madison was 25. Thomas Jefferson was only 33 on July 4th, 1776. Meanwhile, the other day I'm watching the State of the Union, and I feel like I am watching a live simulcast of the world's most expensive nursing home. If you are a teenager or a college student or a young adult and you want to make a difference, stop waiting for permission for leadership from the people who refuse to leave office and have been in Washington, D.C. longer than twice the time we've been alive, who can't remember their own name, or who were born before the invention of the microwave oven. Yeah. So you've been
Exactly. So yes, our founding fathers were young. They were very young. They were young men. You didn't have to be in a wheelchair or a walker or something like that to be in office. That was not a requirement. Now, I read a comment just now. Somebody said my favorite genre of music is gangster rap. Who said that? I never said that. Me, like my personal music taste has nothing to do with it. I just understand music and I know what works in what situation. I've been listening to like a lot of 80s R&B lately. A lot of like, Prince, like Diamonds and Pearls, that type of thing from Prince. Listening to some like New Jack Swing. Shout out Teddy Riley. I'm not even really like that. That conversation is not really something that would make any sense. Me and gangster rap, nah. Now, what this person may be thinking is that I said I don't like positive music. When I say that, I don't like music that is like trying to preach to me. Self-destruction, you're headed for self-destruction. I never liked that back then because, I don't like it now because of people that make think pieces like that. A lot of times they're the ones behind putting it out and they don't really understand what's happening on the ground. I come from the place they're talking about, so I don't need them to try and preach at me about what to do. I don't like political music. I don't like preaching music. I don't like anything like that. I'd rather hear music with no lyrics, just straight instrumental. I'd rather listen to a marching band, like a metal band, jazz or something like that with no lyrics rather than the stuff that is popular today. So if you want to have that conversation, that's a whole different conversation. Yeah, shout out Teddy Riley. And then I'm from Virginia, so Teddy was out in Virginia. He came from Harlem, but he came to Virginia with, I think, Alpo or somebody from Peyton Fool, if you don't know. So we got Teddy, Timbaland, Missy, the Neptunes, Chris Brown, Trey Songz. All of them came from the same place. Drake, now I'm going down the rabbit hole, but I'm about to get off. Drake was discovered by us in Virginia. Go back to 2006. at this time I was active in the scene. 2006, he was on the mixtape with who? Trey Songz and Nicholas F. Y'all know who that is. Nicholas F. from Virginia Beach, Trey Songz from Petersburg. He came down with us first. One of his first songs was called Replacement Girl with Trey Songz in 2007. Drake was covered by us. So music-wise, y'all don't even want to talk about that. Like, let's debate politics. Anybody wanting to debate ABL on rap music will lose. I could be DJ Academics doing what he does with the streaming as far as rap, but I prefer to do this. Now, speaking about old politicians, look at this. Do y'all see this? Now look, guess who that is in a wheelchair? Hey, guess who that is in a wheelchair with a boot on? Hold on. Says you're dang sure not Norfolk. I'm from Portsmouth, not Norfolk. I'm not one of y'all hood rats out Topwater Park with a bubble coat on and nowhere to and no car. I'm not one of y'all. But anyway, look. Guess who that is right there in the wheelchair with the boot on? Who is an elected official?
How are you feeling, Leader McConnell?
Term limits. This guy's like 1,000 years old. And if you didn't catch it, that is Mitch McConnell in a wheelchair. I guess you're able to get him to get up. You know, it kind of reminds me of Hillary. Remember when Hillary could not get from point A to point B? When she was on the curb and she couldn't get from the curb to the Sprinter van? It's the same thing. But in this situation, he's in the wheelchair with a boot on. This man done fell so many times, breaking this, scratching this, spraining that. How many times can you fall on the ground at 85 years old? How many times? Is that said that I know my friend said, or you just a troll in here? Okay. Now, I think it might be somebody I know. If you're not somebody I know, then I only know what you're doing. Like, why would I lie about being from Portsmouth, Virginia? Who lies about that? Hey, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to lie about being from a random place that nobody knows when I say it, unless you're from that area. That makes no sense. Hey, give me a pop quiz question about Portsmouth. What high school did I go to? What neighborhood did I live in? What street did I live on? Okay. What name some project? Man, come on. Like, I don't even got to do that. But anyway, speaking about coming home, if we're going to say that, where somebody's from, going back to where they are supposed to be, Mark Fogel. He was a teacher held in Russia since 2021. Now it's 2025. Trump got him back home. All righty. Let's watch. Let's get a little bit of sound. And RIP in advance to the headphone users.
I feel like
Fairwood. What about Fairwood? You used to stay out Fairwood? Them old shacks from World War II, them white houses, they used to always burn up.
like the
That's why you act like that, because you ghetto. You can't read.
luckiest man on earth right now. And I want you to know that I am not a hero in this at all. And President Trump is a hero. These men that came from the diplomatic service are heroes. I feel like the luckiest man on earth right now.
So shout out to my main man, Mark Fogel, again, freed from Russia after he was in prison there in 2021, and now he's home. And then once he came home, he kissed the ground that he was on to say, you know what, I'm back. I'm back where I need to be. All right, I'm back where I need to be. That's got to be said that I know. That's probably my homie said. Yeah, so I ain't even gonna say nothing. But who said this? I'm sorry, I'm kind of going off on a tangent. Ida Barber. Yeah, I talked about Ida Barber before. When they tore down Ida Barber, I was staying out Churchland, and they gave them vouchers to come to different parts of the area. And when they let them Ida Barber people come to our neighborhood, man, it was a mess. It was like they released a pack of roaches. It was like somebody, you have a clean house, and then somebody just takes a box of every insect in the world and throws it right in your house. That's what happened when they closed down Outer Barber and let them come stay with us. I ain't go to Norcom. I went to Churchland for a little while, Churchland High School. I went to John Tyler, Simonsdale, Churchland Academy, Churchland Middle, Hunt Map, Churchland, and River. Is that a fake Portsmouth person? Now, I'm going to shut that down the same way that Caitlin Collins shut down the reporter from the AP, because Trump has declared that the Gulf of Mexico is now the Gulf of America. AP says we're not going to recognize that. So they were kicked out of the White House press briefing room. All right, let's watch.
The right to decide who gets to go into the Oval Office, and you all have credentials to be here, including the Associated Press, who is in this briefing room today.
But isn't it retaliatory in nature is the argument, because the reason that the AP was barred, which they said was because they're not using the phrase Gulf of America, they're using Gulf of Mexico in line with their standards. And so the question here is this setting a precedent that this White House will retaliate against reporters who don't use the language that you guys believe reporters should use? And how does that align with the First Amendment commitment that you were just talking about?
I was very upfront in my briefing on day one that if we feel that there are lies being pushed by outlets in this room, we are going to hold those lies accountable. And it is a fact that the body of water off the coast of Louisiana is called the Gulf of America. And I'm not sure why news outlets don't want to call it that, but that is what it is. The Secretary of Interior has made that the official designation, and they deserve the right to decide who gets.
All right. So, yeah, shout out to her. Hey, you know what? I'm not even mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. And I think they've updated some maps. Some maps are updated. So when you guys look at your map on your phone, what do you see? I'm going to do it right now to see if I see the Gulf of America. Now, I've seen it on different people. They got screenshots, and it'll say Gulf of America. But I'm going to see right now. I'm going to look on Google Maps and see if I see it. All right. Yep, Gulf of America. You guys probably can't see it here. I know you're not going to be able to see it, but it does say Gulf of America right there on my phone. Let me see if I can show you guys a picture of where it's like a Gulf of America rather than Gulf of Mexico. And yeah, there we go right here. So you can see that right there, Gulf of America. But I guess sometimes if you look in certain apps, certain things, they're not going to have it updated. All right. But yeah, shout out to the Gulf of America. I did not think they were going to really do that. There were some things I was like, okay, they could do that, but I didn't really see it happening right away. And it sure did happen right away. Now, the next thing would be to go ahead and get Greenland. And the thing about Greenland, they're trying to make it be a fear mongering thing. Like, if we get Greenland, that's somehow a bad thing. But the truth is, China and Russia both have their eyes on Greenland. I think China was kind of aggressively pursuing Greenland, or they may still be pursuing Greenland. It's going to be a map. It's going to be a mad rush for that piece of the map in Greenland between at least the U.S. and China, maybe the U.S., China, Russia, and maybe even the Kingdom of Denmark, because they still want it. So there's that. Now, speaking about reporters, AP, etc., Caitlin Collins from CNN says that reporters are having a hard time keeping up with Donald Trump's energy. Let's watch.
So you're doing this every day. You're in D.C.
Yes.
The pace of the Trump administration seems to be moving pretty quickly. How are you holding up?
It is insane. And I think everyone is kind of like readjusting and re-remembering what it was like 4 years ago, 4 years ago. I remember when Biden first took office in January, the New York Times wrote the story about how quiet the weekends were, because for reporters, every weekend had just been like it was like a 7-day work week. And now we're back to that, basically, where it's just essentially nonstop every day. You kind of wake up like not knowing what you're going to be doing, what the schedule is. I was walking to get breakfast one day this week. I was like, okay, I'm going to have a nice little breakfast before I go to work. And halfway there, they were like, Trump's doing a press conference in an hour. And I physically ran back home so I could change and get ready.
Yeah, Trump is doing a whole lot. He's doing a whole lot. Maybe that's why they prefer some of these octogenarians, because they're kind of slower your Mitch McConnells, people like this, they're not really able to keep up. So, they could pretty much just chill, not do a whole lot. But Trump is on the move from the beginning, from day one, from inauguration day. Listen, from inauguration day, he has been on it. And it was funny. He was going so fast. People were still like, we want the prices of eggs to go down right now. It's like, can this man get a little bit of time in office? It's a teeny bit of time. And speaking about eggs, you guys got to stop. I saw this picture. Let's see if I can find it right quick. But I saw a picture. And some of y'all just doing way too much. Like the same way it happens whenever there's a storm or something. And they say, oh, it's going to be a shortage and you got to stock up, all this, that, and the third. People go and they do the most ridiculous things. Hold on. Here it is. This is what I wanted to show. Like some of y'all, like, what is this? Why do this? How many eggs are right there? I can't tell how many is in this pack. What's that, like 5 by, it was like 32 right here in this pack? Something like that. Maybe 24? I can't tell. Like, it's a lot. Hundreds of eggs on this pallet for what?
Sorry for him disrespecting. Sorry about that.
Now they want to start fighting. It's like, how about just not have all the eggs in Costco? Leave a couple of eggs for everybody else. Maybe that's why the eggs cost so much. Because number one, if you guys don't know, but you guys know, of course, the Biden administration killed like 100 million eggs before the change of administration because of quote unquote bird flu concerns. But I'm not quite sure that was the reason. I think they did that to make that be a talking point because all they do all day on TV is talk about, oh, the prices of eggs. How about the prices of eggs? Like Trump could just get in the White House and bring back the dead chickens and make the supply be filled again. But that's what they do. And normies don't know any better, so they just accept whatever the media tells them. This is part of my job to dispel what the normies say or to dispel what the normies are told. So they're not going to believe whatever they hear from television. All right, so we got our girl in there, Tulsi Gabbard. She has been confirmed. And I want to get her title correct. Let me see. She is the United States Director of National Intelligence. All right. And this is Trump signing her in. All right. Shout out to Tulsi Gabbard. And she relatively young compared to all the senior citizens in the White House on Capitol Hill. She is 43 years old, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just make sure I'm saying the right thing. She is 43, born April 12th, 1981. So finally, somebody born in the 80s, not somebody born in the 1930s or something like this. But yeah, shout out to Tulsi Gabbard. I had no doubt she would be confirmed. I think, speaking about the octogenarians, I think Mitch McConnell voted against her. Term limits. Hey, 2 words, term limits. So yeah, shout out to Tulsi Gabbard. That's definitely a good pickup. Now, shout out to my main man, Elon, and shout out to Elon's little boy, X. X had the really like elaborate name, but I guess the nickname is X. All right. But I'm glad that Elon's here. The media will see Elon's presence as he's the real president and Trump has no power. Elon is there for a specific task, for a specific role. He's there for a specific role, and he's doing that role very well. Uncovering waste, fraud, and abuse. That's what he's there for. Let's hear from him.
Feedback loop. Okay, X. We'd have to, if you sorry. So, tell you, gravitas can be difficult sometimes. If there's not a good feedback loop from the people to the government, and if you have rule of the bureaucrat, if the bureaucracy is in charge, and then what meaning does democracy actually have? If the people cannot vote and have their will be decided by their elected representatives in the form of the president and the Senate and the House, then we don't live in a democracy. We live in a bureaucracy. So it's incredibly important that we close that feedback loop, we fix that feedback loop, and that the public's elected representatives, the President, the House, and the Senate, decide what happens, as opposed to a large, unelected bureaucracy. Feedback loop.
There you go. 100% correct. 100% correct. Now, tomorrow, I suppose there's going to be a report on a lot of the waste, fraud, and abuse that's coming from the government. And we're going to get into some of that right now. We're going to get into the waste, fraud, and abuse. Some of the things that I've already discovered will make your head spin.
Considering exemption, talk about widespread fraud and abuse.
Oh, yeah. Tremendous fraud. There's tremendous fraud. And it's hard to believe that you can have that kind of fraud. You're talking about are you talking about what? Wait. Which are you talking? You're talking about with regard to all of the investigations that are going on about this stupidity. What we're going to do is tomorrow I'm having a news conference. I'm going to read to you some of the names that hundreds of millions and even billions of dollars have been given to. And if you tell me that we should be giving money to those things, those entities, I think you'll probably have to leave as a reporter because you're not very talented. When you look at the kind of money, billions and billions of dollars being thrown away illegally, and there's no chance. I mean, I say it in front of our Attorney General, there's no chance that there's not kickbacks or something going on. When you give millions and millions of dollars to somebody that stands to look at something for 15 minutes and walks away with millions of dollars, that money's coming back in some form. And that's only one form of corruption. The biggest thing is what they do to our country. They're taking massive amounts of money and spending it on items. I went through a list of 200 expenditures that were made, and I found 3 that looked like they were reasonable. Okay, 3. And we'll be talking about that tomorrow. We have a lot of stuff. And I want to commend Elon because he's done he doesn't need this. You know, he's abused by you people every day. He's found more things than anybody could find. I think he's got the credibility to do it. I know he does. And it's his group of people. You know, they started off with 12. I call them 12 geniuses. They started off with 12 and they went to 20 and 25, and now they're up to almost 100. People are joining to help them because there's a massive fraud that's taken place.
So, yeah, shout out to all the engineers, everybody over at DOGE. And then, you know, a lot of the normies don't understand DOGE. They don't understand. They're talking about, oh, they got these computer hackers. Why don't they have accountants? It's like a computer hacker. That's somebody that don't really understand. It's like you're talking about just smart people. They can do pretty much anything. They can be a computer hacker, a white hat, which is a good hacker that you want to be on your team. They could also be an accountant. They're good with numbers. They could do pretty much all of that deep intellectual stuff, but their purpose is to uncover the waste, fraud, and abuse. So they got to be really, really, really smart and really dedicated to put in the work to get down to the bottom of everything. That's their purpose. You know, people talking about all kind of stuff. I'm going to show you guys a lot, man, but the ignorance of the general public is pretty astounding. Oh, this is funny. This right here, hey, this is hilarious. So, the director of government affairs at the Project on Government Oversight, listen, his title, his name, first of all, his name is Dylan Hetzler Gaudet. He's the director of government affairs at the Project on Government Oversight. So basically, he is an oversight guy. Look at this man. Okay. Now, right away from the beginning, what do you see that makes the oversight part ironic? You ready?
Waste is different from fraud. Fraud is different from abuse. And abuse is different from both. When we talk about improper payments, they are a subset of those other 3 categories. But that doesn't tell us the whole picture either. Sometimes improper payments are a function of bad record keeping. Sometimes they are a function of outdated information technology systems. Sometimes they come about through human error, and sometimes they come about through negligence. There are a variety of reasons why improper payments happen. It just simply is not the case that improper payments are only a function of bad people doing bad things with bad intent.
So this guy's defending a lot of the waste, fraud, and abuse that DOGE has uncovered. Yes, he is blind. Blind. Top oversight. Sight. Now, I know maybe, hey, ABL, you being too literal. The top oversight watchdog is blind. I promise you cannot make this stuff up. You can't. This man got on the pair of Ray Charles in this briefing room or interview room, whatever you want to call it. Ray Charles inside, blind. I'm like, man, if you don't stop playing, that's the government for you right there. Blind. Oversight, top dog is blind. Hey, so when he says, I don't see any waste, fraud, and abuse, he's not lying. He don't see anything. Man, I promise. It's crazy. It is totally crazy. Now, USAID. I think the reason why they say USAID rather than USAID, because it sounds like USA rather than an agency that's not necessarily just the government, the whole country. But anyway, this video is from South Africa. Woman comes up dressed in a very kind of skimpy attire going to an HIV clinic. It's closed because USAID money has dried up.
Are you trying to go to the clinic?
Yeah.
It's closed.
What happened?
I mean, the USAID funding has been frozen, so they're closing down clinics.
I don't know what to do. Serious. What will I do? There's nothing.
Clinics like this are a lifeline for people in this community, especially women suffering from HIV. This one, now shut, is a huge disappointment for people just trying to stay alive.
So, okay. First, I think this is a staged video, just completely staged. And second, look, is it our job to take care of other people in their countries of origin? Is that our job? Why can't South Africa take care of its own people? Why must we help them to take care of their own people? Listen, if you want to come to America legally as an immigrant, sure. Follow the laws, come here legally, pay your money, become naturalized, do whatever you got to do. Get a green card, get a visa, follow the laws, and when you're over here, be productive. I don't want to take care of you over there or over here. When you come to the country, be productive and come legally. That's all we ask. Don't be a burden upon us. Don't commit crime. Take care of yourself. Add to society. Don't just take. Don't take from us here or take from us over there. Okay? It's pretty simple. But yeah, shout out South Africa. You got to take care of your own people. That's not our responsibility. That's not our job. All right, it is what it is. Now, this guy, Robert Garcia, Democratic House Rep, has terminal stage Elon derangement syndrome. Trump derangement syndrome is kind of going away. It's still there, but it's not a big spike in it. Okay, it's like COVID, right? When COVID first hit, it was a big thing. Everybody's scared, blah, 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 blah. Now it's just a fact of life, right? You might have some people that still wear these big, crazy masks all over their face. A mask is big as their entire head over their face. They can't breathe. They still do that because they're afraid of COVID-19. But now we got a brand new virus that they want to hype up in the media. And that is Elon Musk. So the level of Elon derangement syndrome is fresh, it's raw, it's new. Let's watch.
I want to hear why, but do you think that calling Elon Musk a dick is effective messaging for confronting what is a potentially irreversible transformation of the U.S. government?
I'm sorry for that, but I didn't think they were going to do that on CNN as far as the cussing. This is CNN, live on TV. So we could just say these crude words like that on television. CNN, is that what we're going to do? I don't even do that on YouTube. You guys are on television. The FCC's not going to hit you with a fine, or you don't care about that. Because when you curse and you kind of resort to crude language, that gets you more ratings and views, right? I get it. I understand. I digress.
Well, he is a dick. And I think that he's also harming the American public in an enormous way. And what I think is really important, and what the American public want, is for us to bring actual weapons to this bar fight. This is an actual fight for democracy, for the future of this country. And it's important to push back on the chairperson of this committee. I mean, Marjorie Taylor Greene talks about having decorum, about bipartisanship. This is the person that lies more than anybody else in the entire Congress. And so if she is going to make a mockery of hearings, I want to make sure that us as Democrats are bringing that same level of energy. And of course, after those comments, we went into exactly what Elon Musk is trying to do: dismantling the Department of Labor, dismantling the Department of Education, dismantling all of our consumer protection agencies. And so it's all important, but it's also important to get the attention of the American public.
So you're admitting that you're using the foul language just to get attention. That's all that you're doing. Trying to go viral, trying to get some attention by using foul language. Like, at the end of the day, bro, y'all have the media. You on here every day saying the same thing. So the people that you are trying to reach out to are going to hear you regardless of what. All that you did really was draw attention to yourself from guys like me who are just going to use it as a way to show how crazy you are. Whatever your goal was, you're not really going to be able to accomplish. All right. But anyway, that's Robert Garcia, Democratic House Rep, and your U.S. government. All right. Now, here is the spew talking about Elon Musk's little boy. Now, look, I enjoy a good roasting session. I enjoy making fun or whatever, having a good time. But the kids are completely off limits, like little kids. I ain't talking about 55-year-old Hunter Biden smoking crack on camera with a pistol. I'm talking about children, little kids. Leave them alone. But of course, the spew cannot help themselves but to attack Elon's little boy for his name. Check it out.
Today, Elon Musk took his son X to a press conference. I did not name the child. And I don't want to hear any more mess about our names, okay?
Now, the crazy part is that Whoopi's name is really Carolyn, or what's it? Karen, actually. Hold on. What's her name? I think it's Karen. I remember that specifically because it kind of fits. Karen with a C, Caryn. Karen Elaine Johnson, that's your name. But you changed it to Whoopi Goldberg. Why Goldberg rather than Johnson? Anyway, a lot of their names they have on there are aliases. Sunny, your name is Asuncion. Joy Behar, your name is not Joy Behar. Hold on, what's Joy Behar's actual name? Josephine. You guys go by nicknames like you're 5 years old.
Okay? Oh. Anywho, he took little X.
Funny. A little Instagram. He doesn't own Instagram.
He doesn't own Instagram. He just took little X with him to a press conference in the Oval Office to defend himself against critics.
Now, this should be a moment where they say, "Aw," in the audience. That's what that should be right there. Okay, little boy just doing little boy stuff, enjoying time with his dad. That's what that should be. But of course, over at the spew, that's not how they think.
Who say he should not have the power to gut the federal agency.
So yeah, that's the view for you right there. All right. And people watch that every day. They watch that kind of stuff every day. So if you're ever wondering why the lady at your job or somewhere else is just, a complete insufferable mess, they're consuming that kind of content all day long. That's what they do all day long. Now, FEMA, we got to get to FEMA. Okay. The CFO was fired for misuse of taxpayer funding for illegal aliens.
Hello, my name is Mary Comans, and I serve as FEMA's Chief Financial Officer. It's a pleasure to welcome.
Well, this ain't the video about that, but that's the lady right there. What's her name again? Her name is Mary Comans, FEMA Chief Financial Officer, CFO. Let me see if I can find an article on that right quick. Mary Comans. Hold on. Actually, I got something right here.
Fox News Alert. Moments ago, we received this together. We received a statement from the DHS regarding the $59 million sent from FEMA to New York City migrants last week. Quote, 4 employees being fired today for circumventing leadership and unilaterally making the egregious payment for hotels for migrants in New York City. We have not announced it yet, so we have it first. There's going to be firings. The names are going to be out. And let's bring in New York Congressman Mike Lower.
So she was one of the people that got fired. She got fired today for that. So basically what that was, there was still money sent to the New York City hotels where the migrants are being housed, and it was FEMA money. So, okay, North Carolina still has a problem, or we're resolving the problem right now. Yet and still, FEMA money was going to the migrants in the hotels. Why? Why are we sending disaster relief money to people who came here voluntarily, illegally? They shouldn't get any money, let alone FEMA money. But hey, that's what's going on. I'll probably do a video about that, about the lady getting fired. I'll probably do a video about that coming up here pretty soon. Now, Ayanna Pressley, the Democratic House rep, Ayanna Pressley, is not answering why FEMA money is going to illegal aliens.
So, Congresswoman, what do you have to say about the fact that FEMA just spent $59 million housing illegal immigrants while people in Western North Carolina lived in tents for the past 4 months? What do you have to say about that? Do you accept that? Do you accept that? Do you accept the fact that because DOGE exposed that today, it sounds like you have a big problem with the fact that DOGE. I'm not blocking her. I'm not blocking. Excuse me. Are you okay with that? Do you condemn the fact that?
So she has a sign: "Stop the billionaire grift." The billionaire grift. What you mean? Like, let's stop spending our taxpayer money on illegal aliens that's supposed to go toward disaster relief victims in North Carolina.
The fact that DOGE exposed FEMA for sending $59 million to house illegal immigrants today.
I love the reporter. Shout out to him. Nick Sortor, is that you, boss? Shout out to you, man. I love your voice.
Excuse me, sir. Do you condone that?
Excuse me, sir.
I don't know who the
I don't know who. I tell you what. If I don't know who you are. Let's go. You're in the.
All right, don't do nothing crazy, man. Don't get beat up out there, man. Nick might have something for you. But yeah, come on, Suge Knight Bright. I need you to answer some questions, man. Come on, man. Like we Ayanna Pressley, we got something in common. Okay, we both got bald heads. Okay, give me your skincare routine for the bald head treatment. All right, we could just bond on that. And at the same time, you could tell us why FEMA money that should be going to North Carolina to help them out is going to illegal aliens in the hotel room in New York City. And why did they send that money when the superiors told them not to? See, that's activists. You need to get fired right away. Now, this person may not keep their job because we got DEI and all that kind of stuff. DEI is going away. A lot of the U.S. aid money going away. A lot of the useless government jobs are going away. And I think she might be in the same category. All right, let's watch.
To individuals having to leave graduate programs, having to leave positions before they are ready, not having positions to go to. And this can really derail our academic careers. My research here at Berkeley focuses on environmental surveillance for intestinal parasites in both India and in Benin. Part of my worry is that since I'm on this diversity supplement as a diverse individual, that my funding may be cut, but there can lead to.
Okay, so this person is diverse. Now, I'm gonna say it one more time to the black folks in the back who didn't hear me the first time. Diverse no longer means black, because a lot of people erroneously think diverse equals black, DEI equals black. No. Do you see a black person right here? All you see is a green hair with ear gauges. That's enough to be diverse, and also a female. So female, gender divergent. Okay, and I got this turquoise wig on with chop bangs in the front, the bang yang right in the front. That's enough. My green bang and my gauge ears and my thought process is enough to be diverse. That is who is going to benefit from DEI more than anybody else. It should be some white guy or some Asian dude who's been wearing glasses since he's been 1 year old. Listen, it should be an Asian dude right there that's been wearing glasses since he was a baby. Those are the guys that should be right there. But instead of them, they put her in there on a DEI supplement. See what I'm saying? That's how it goes. Okay, that's how it goes right there.
Can lead.
Well, let's keep on going here. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Victory Garden says she's like 7 genders, I guess. Yes, she's all the genders. She is what they say, gender diverse. 100% correct. Christine says she poops in a litter box. Hilarious. That's funny. That is very funny. All right. But yeah, shout out to shout out to her. Let's keep on going. Here's a USA ID contractor.
Really?
Let me get the video back up here and to get some sound. Y'all give me 1 second. There we go. And here we are.
Really terrible thing that's happening, and that we have to do something about it right now.
Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. I know this is so stupid to have my mask off, but it just seems so ridiculous not to have it on. What is it? Where is it? I know it's AP, but really terrible.
So this person may be out of a job. Another diverse person may be out of a job, and they normally wear the mask. This is what I was talking about earlier. They use like the biggest, most crazy mask on, covered in their entire face. It's like a safety blankie. It's like a nice warm embrace. Your mask. It's suffocating and blocking your oxygen flow to your nose and your mouth. You're getting decreased oxygen to your brain, decreasing your ability to be productive in an efficient manner, and you're not going to feel right without it. All righty. So there we go. More diversity, more white female diversity. All right. Now, we got a black male diverse. His name is Omekongo Dibinga. I ain't making this up. Omekongo Dibinga. That's my name. I'm a diverse. I'm an African American male. I am descendants of slaves. I'm an African American male. I could go talk to a corporation about American politics. I'm a black man from America. Wakanda forever, huh? Wakanda forever. I'm an American. So Omekongo has a few words to say about his job that may be cut here pretty soon.
So I'm
RIP to the iPhone users. Let's start from the top.
So I'm always one of the people who the State Department would call on to come and speak about American culture and things going on in the world. I could say whatever I want. I didn't have to toe a political line regardless of whoever was in power. They just wanted the visitors to hear what Americans think and see about particular issues. So I've spoken to European politicians. I've spoken to hip hop artists from across the globe. I've spoken to journalists from various countries, including countries like Saudi Arabia and other different places and the like. So you get the idea. So I was scheduled to speak to one of those groups next week. And then and on top of that, these events aren't hosted at the State Department. They're sponsored by the State Department. So they partner with local nonprofit organizations to host these individuals. So the letter I got from the company, not reading the name, the organization, it said, I regret to say the upcoming IVLP project has been canceled. I'm sorry for the short notice, but I only just found out this afternoon. This was yesterday. The reason for the cancellation is that, quote, the State Department's International Visitor Leadership Program is working to ensure the administration's priorities are reflected in all projects. Projects that do not fit Department of State's IVLP mandate are being canceled.
There we go. So yeah, shout out to my man again. Look, I'm gonna show you his name right there. Omekongo Dibinga. Omekongo Dibinga. He's diverse, right? So diverse might not mean Black American. All these Black Americans out here trying to cape for DEI when it does not help you. Can't you see? Can't you see? Whatever. And you know what? I'm going to keep showing these kind of videos over and over to drill the point home. It doesn't help you. All it helps is a few people that are not you who have niche little things they do and they get a big bag of money at the end. It doesn't help you. It shouldn't be, and it's racist on top of that. It's racist, it's sexist, it's all of that kind of stuff. Whenever you get a job, it should be based on merit. Merit only. If you make money, you're an independent person, you get a job, merit. It shouldn't be based on you being a specific color or a specific gender or a gender ideology or whatever. Merit, period. Now, here's what the media tells you about DEI, which, as I've shown over and over again, is false. This is MS-13 DNC.
The federal workforce is the largest employer in the nation, and federal data shows that Black Americans who have historically found greater equity in the public sector compared to the private sector will disproportionately bear the brunt of Trump's effort to gut the federal workforce. Black people are more likely to be employed by state or federal government than any other demographic. According to a Center for American Progress analysis of 2022 data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, approximately 1 in 5 Black workers are employed in the public sector. That's not the federal workforce.
All right. So his thing is, since we're going to cut the workforce, the federal workforce is going to hurt Black folks. But look, Black folks, if you got skills, don't worry about nothing. Don't worry about nothing. You get money. Now, if you don't have any skills and you're just being propped up in a place like Washington, D.C., you out there in PG County, MoCo, with some kind of government contracting job, and you're not really doing anything, well, now it's time to learn the skill. It's time to do something that you can do independently without having to be employed by the State Department or whatever. Okay? That's just what it is. And when you say Black people, you're talking about Anthony Brown Logan from Virginia, from the original Virginia before it was West Virginia. Back in the 1600s, we came here. We were the first people here. You talking about me or Omekongo de Benga? Huh? What are we saying? I don't really understand, but I digress. I digress. But shout out to the Africans, nothing against you. But the media are trying to say Black American, but it's just not the case. It's not the case. Now, more diversity. This is Worcester. How y'all say it? Worcester, Massachusetts. I showed you guys the non-binary city council person who took a month off because it was just too much to be a non-binary, looking like you play Yu-Gi-Oh for a living, looking like Hero from Heroes. You looking like that, okay? A fat Japanese dude, basically. That's what you look like. I showed you that person. Now the person is back from their leave, okay? And the city council voted to make Worcester a trans and gender something. Gender diverse, a transgender and gender diverse sanctuary city. What does that mean? Who knows? Let's hear from this scary individual right quick.
I need the city to protect me because the federal government won't. And if you think you're afraid of Trump, you should see how afraid of Trump I am.
Can you wrap up, please?
Yes, I can. If you say that you're afraid of Trump and that's why you don't want the city to be a safe space for trans people, you better prepare for trans people to make this a very unsafe space.
I'm shaking right now. I don't want to be here.
Up,
the male transgender people are always super aggressive. Maybe it's a testosterone imbalance. Or, you know what I think is going on? Can I give a theory as to why you got so many aggressive men that call themselves women? It's because if they're on hormones and they get hit at that female hormone, it drives them crazy. Because women, I know you guys got hormone issues. It could be, that time or anything. You pregnant. Hormones are going to be all over the place. It's hard for you guys to keep steady. Okay? When the man, for the very first time, experiences that kind of hormone in his body, it's going to react negatively with his testosterone, in my humble opinion. So now you got this guy right here who is ready to crash out. He's in full bar fight mode already.
I'm sorry, am I taking too long pleading for my life?
You remembered how many children I have and that 2 of them are trans.
I speak as both the B and the T in the LGBT.
Okay, B in the T. How about DRUGADDICT? How about that?
I'm multiply disabled. I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a connective tissue disorder that causes me immense physical pain. I'm on the autism spectrum, and I have narcolepsy, and I couldn't drive myself here, so I had to hide from my driver that I was in drag, which is not an easy thing to do in drag.
Now, before we get to this individual right here, looking like an irregular Titan from Attack on Titan, okay, an abnormal Titan, let's go back. So you listed off all your disabilities. I got this and this and this and this. That's just a way to excuse your strange behavior. You are able-bodied. You're not confined to a wheelchair. You're not really developmentally disabled. You just are weird. That's all. All those disorders and whatnot are meaningless. Who cares? You're narcoleptic. Oh, I got ADHD. I got Bell's palsy. I got a club foot. I got a hangnail. My stomach hurt. All this, that, and the third. So what? At the end of the day, you just weird. Krusty the Clown, Sideshow Bob at best. That's all. That's all, man. Back in the day, you could just say that and keep it moving.
Driver that I was in drag, which is not an easy thing to do.
And how you going to be in drag if you're a woman? I presume that's a woman. Nowadays, sometimes I can't tell. I could tell that my man right here is a homeless dope fiend. I could tell that, and he's a male. But right here, that appears to be a woman. So if you are a woman dressed as a woman, just kind of with the blue hair and the strange eyebrows, how are you in drag? Like, I know I got a drag queen uncle. This dude looking like he smoked Newports all day and is a shade tree mechanic. And when he puts on the drag, he looks like a shade tree mechanic with a dress on, basically. This person looks like a regular woman who's just dressed differently.
I was in drag, which is not an easy thing to do in drag.
Now, somebody explain, how do you do drag as a woman? I wanna. What's the science behind that? Y'all let me know.
Do not want to be here. It's my day off. I do not want to be in your DMs. I do not want to be in your email inboxes. I do not want my creativity writing diss tracks like Kendrick. I don't want.
See what I'm saying? Listen, you have a person looking like an abnormal Titan from Attack on Titan, an anime. You looking like that, talking about Kendrick Lamar. See what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about right there. And that will be the person on TikTok saying, hey, you know what? If you thought that performance was boring, you're erased. Look at the lady behind her. Hilarious. She was funny throughout the whole time, make all kinds of faces. But she, or whatever the pronouns are, is the one telling you that if you didn't like Kendrick's performance, you're a racist.
Want to spend an hour applying glitter on my face so that you will hear and see me. I want you to listen to me.
And yes, that was makeup and stuff like that. It was a fake beard. And you could have done a lot better than that. I mean, you could have done a lot better. This right here is just you being silly. Come on now. Come now.
To spend an hour applying glitter on my face so that you will hear and see me. I want you to listen to me.
Let us remember that the Nazis burned the books that the Nazis burned books on gender sciences first. Now the administration has villainized and marginalized migrant workers, trans, LGBT people, and even special needs, denying life-saving and affirming care.
Now you see how they put the trans and special needs in the same box? I'm surprised they didn't say black because what they normally do, but I think black has been replaced with migrant workers because they see us as the same. They see us as like underclass. So they replace them. They replace us with them as the low class people. You see, that's how they, and then if you say something about that, they'll call you a racist.
Can you look at me and tell me how many of my friends need to die before you do anything?
Please wrap up.
Look at me.
Now, why are your friends dying? Because they're mentally ill and they're not getting help. They're just kind of they're being allowed to be mentally ill. People are feeding into the delusion, and then the mental illness takes over, and then they just go ahead and, is that what's going on? I think that's what's going on, because you, bro, you right there on the edge. You looking like you about to crash out some kind of way, form, or fashion. If I was in your presence, I'm ready to fight, because I'm like, sir, you're doing way too much. But that's enough of that. So Worcester, Massachusetts has become a trans and gender, what was the word they use? Gender, diverse gender? Yeah, diverse genders. I thought it was just two of them. How do you have diversity with two options? Diverse gender and transgender city. Now, so yeah, shout out to them. Now, we got Pat-Man Jones. You guys might know who Pat-Man Jones is. He played football for a long time, NFL football, played for the Falcons. From Atlanta, went to West Virginia University. Matter of fact, my friend went to college with him and said he was crazy back then. Don't touch me. We'll fight you in a minute, but a good dude at the end of the day. Anyway, here he is with the MAGA hat on, talking about why he's wearing the hat on the red carpet.
Very excited. Yeah? I'm excited that he's the president, too.
What do you like about it?
Everything but like I just tell him 95.9% things that he's saying I agree with. The only thing I don't agree with is the women rights thing, and I think that's going to be worked out in the coming future.
How do you think of he's done in the early days of his office?
Doing good. Hell yeah. You ain't happy? We about to tax everybody.
All right, so there we go. Pat-Man Jones, again, former NFL football player. Played a long time for, I believe, the Falcons. Yeah, good dude. Really, really good dude with the MAGA hat on. And you know what? We're going to get a whole lot more of that. A whole lot more MAGA hats. A whole lot more people leaving a Democratic plantation. Now, this is Tampon Tim's daughter talking about women in sports. Because, you know, we have the transgenders. They have been booted out of women's sports, finally. Thank God for that. Tampon Tim's daughter does not like it too much.
Signing an executive order that pertains to 1% of the population is not protecting women. It's setting a dangerous precedent, and it is dangerous for the trans community, women, minorities, anyone who is not a straight white man.
See, and that what I say it all the time. When they say diverse, they means anybody other than a straight white man. She said it right there.
We are talking about human beings, and the president of the United States is targeting them just because he thinks it gains him political points or whatever. Because this thing that he's so worried about it's not real. It doesn't affect the people that he's trying to protect. It hurts them. Like, seriously, I think a lot of us need to open up a history book, because what's going on right now is textbook. It's textbook. And truly it's boring, and it's loser behavior. I have never felt unsafe around a trans person. I have felt unsafe around men. So maybe let's deal with that.
Like, that could have been a man you're talking about if it's a trans person. So if a man identifies as a trans woman, it's cool. But if that same man did not identify as a trans woman, then you'd be afraid.
These people that are in charge right now were really the big, strong, manly leaders that they claim to be, they wouldn't be doing things like this. They'd mind their own business, do what they need to do. They would not be doing this. They should be embarrassed. It also just shows how insecure they really are. Also, whenever I post anything political and it blows up whatsoever, I get shadow banned. So there I am again because I made fun of Elon Musk. How fragile must you be?
Well, you're on TikTok. That's a Chinese app. So who are we talking about exactly? You talking about the Chinese Communist Party censoring you? What's that got to do with anybody over here?
How fragile. Anyways, protect trans kids, protect trans people.
Trans kids, okie dokie. I don't. That's the weirdest thing. Why they think that you could be a transgender child? Like, leave the kids alone. Leave the kids out of it. Oh, here's something else. So, who's this House rep right here? What's her name? I'm not sure. Miss Chakowski. She says the word manufacture, the word manufacturing is sexist because it has the word man in it. For real. Okay. Now, she appears to be a spring chicken. All of about 85 years old. Let's watch.
Yesterday, I met with a manufacturing company, but they also are engaged in getting young people more engaged in manufacturing. So I asked them, so how many of those students that are signing up and want to do this, how many are women? And they said, well, I know there's at least 13% or something. It was a low number. And you had mentioned trying to engage more women in manufacturing. I'm just wondering if just the name manufacturing sounds like a guy. Yesterday.
So I don't really get it. So it sounds too, the name sounds too manly. Is that the reason? Or maybe women don't really want to get into labor jobs like that. It's okay. It's okay because men and women are different. I'm sure it ain't too many men that's trying to be interior decorators, nurses. There's some male nurses. There's some interior decorators. There's some women that want to get in manufacturing, but it's not that many. Nursing, 90% women. There's some jobs that women like to do and some jobs men like to do. It's okay. It's fine. Why is it got to be a sexist thing? You know, we got so much freedom in this country, but they act like we have no freedom, as if women are just, they can't do anything. If you want to do whatever you want, you could do whatever you want to do in this country. You got a lot of freedom. You're a woman. You're not like in Saudi Arabia somewhere over here, okay, where you got to put on the beekeeper outfit. You can't drive. You could get beat in your head by your husband and will nothing happen. That's not where we live. You have a lot of freedom and a lot of protections for you. So, hey, as a matter of fact, I got a question. If we change the name of manufacturing to womanfacturing, would you guys want to go out there and work those same jobs? Because the job ain't going to change. If you put in one screw or one nut and washer on the screw all day, you'll be doing that all day, whether it's called manufacturing or womanufacturing. It'll be the same thing. Hold on, Shamaya, and I know I'm reading comments. I apologize. Shamaya says, ABL, wow, I never knew you felt like this about your own race, like as if they are in this condition on their own. I don't know what you mean. Like, trying to talk about blame from the past is irrelevant. We here now. So either you're going to make some of it or you're not. If you won't make anything of it and you waiting on the white man to save you, waiting on the government to save you, you'll be waiting your whole life and your life will pass you by. Life is short, but you only get one. You only get one life. If you're lucky, you be about 80, 90 years old, and then it's a wrap. If you're very lucky, you get 100 years. But each year, each moment is precious. If you're worried about the past and you're looking back, you never go forward. There are some guys that still talking this, oh, well, we black and we don't have nothing. People that still talk like that, who were talking like that 20 years ago. What have you done for yourself in those 20 years? What have you done for yourself in those 20 years? Nothing. I just hate hearing the excuses. I hate it because it's not going to help. You have all the freedom, all the opportunity, education at your fingertips. You choose not to use it. You choose to cry and complain and moan about the past. The longer you do that, the more you will continue to suffer in your life. So I don't see the point, really. I don't see the point. A bunch of excuses. And me coming from where I come from, I don't want to hear it. I'm from the hood, for real. A lot of y'all are not from where I'm from. I could tell you stories that I've not told that make you start crying. Right here on this era. I could tell you stories I've not told that I can't tell. You would start crying if you heard it. So I don't want to hear your excuses. if you got excuses and you're not trying to go forward, I don't want to even talk to you at all. I don't want to talk to you at all because you just gonna poison me with your ideology. Anyway, I'm triggered. I'm triggered. Hold on, and I want to see your response. If it's a response, I'm gonna respond. But yeah, I hate that. Now, Jasmine Crockett is a prime example of what I'm talking about. The crying about the past. Crying about the past. Meanwhile, she has been able to educate herself, got a nice government job, got other things going on, doing very well. She has been able to climb up and be successful. Rather than saying, hey, I did this and this and this to rise, she says, I hate white people, all this, that, and the third. Things that won't help you get anywhere. You can't hate white folks to help you get to success. I mean, you can if you're like a BLM type person, but all you're going to do is destroy the country as a result of your hatred. It'll be blood money. Yeah. I'm all about giving back in a positive way. And when I give back positively, I'm rewarded positively. Rather than trying to lead with hate and division to get that blood money from that.
Give it back to the daggone Native Americans, and then we can't go back nowhere else. And let's see how y'all like it.
Start over.
Because the colonizers, y'all the colonizers, but that's a whole other story. So I'm just saying. Give it back to the daggone Native Americans, and then we can't go back nowhere else. And let's see how y'all like it. Start over. Because the colonizers, y'all the colonizers, but that's a whole other story. So I'm just.
See, people like Jasmine Crockett, I can't do nothing with her. I can't do nothing with her. And her big brooch or whatever that is, I just can't.
I do believe that fear is truly warranted in the sense that people of color are just going to be rounded up. I mean, we've lived it, especially as Black folk in this country, right? Like, it's the racial profiling. And so whether you're a U.S. citizen, whether you are here as a DACA recipient, whether you are undocumented, whether you are naturalized, whatever your situation is, I think that if you can be mistaken for being a brown person, that you should be concerned, because there is nothing that is tatted on anybody's head that says I'm undocumented or I'm a citizen, right?
Now, let's talk about that right quick. We're talking about the migrant raids and whatnot. What they're doing right now is going after criminal aliens. So, number one, you got to have a criminal record, some kind of conviction, open case, something like that. So they're going to know what you did, and they're going to know your immigration status. Okay, you're getting arrested. What's your name? My name is Jesus. Okay, yeah, now it's time to go back to wherever you came from. All right, are you here legally? Do you have a social security number? Do you have an I-10, an EIN, an address? They're going to know where you're from. Also, you probably have a record in your country of origin. They could trace that. They could call El Salvador like, yo, do y'all know a Jesus? Yeah. Y'all got his picture and fingerprints? Okay, cool. Send us that. We'll cross-reference. And if it's him, we'll let you know. Boom. They call him back. Yeah, that's him. Okay, we're going to send him to the super max prison y'all got. What's that? Is he going to be in there sewing baseball caps and license plates and things of this nature? Okay, cool. We'll send him to you. That's how it's going to work. They're not going to just go to a place and see somebody brown and put him in the van. That's not how that works, Jasmine Crockett. That's not how that works. That's just not how it goes at all. But anyway, yeah, people like that, man, I hate. I really do. All right, let's keep on rocking and rolling. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. All righty. Now, where do I want to go? All right. Oh, okay. Hey, I got a song for you guys to lighten the mood, okay? Well, the mood's going to be light. But I got a song for you guys, okay? This is an Elon resistance song. Okay, Elon resistance song. This right here, when it hits Apple iTunes, it's going to be the biggest song in the world. Bigger than Gangnam Style, bigger than all of that. You ready? Let's watch and listen.
Which side are you on?
on? Which side are you on? Tell me, which side are you on? Which side are you on? We'll fight against DOGE. We'll fight Elon Musk. No Elon's kept within our walls. We'll fight from dawn to dusk. Oh, which side are you on? Which side are you on? Tell me. Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
All right, they got like a whole song. This is like they got like 4 verses of this. Bro. Okay, black man, what are you doing up there? Like, what are y'all doing? Whenever I see a lot of these pro-wax in public, it's always a white lady in the front leading the way. I swear, RIP David Carroll, the YouTuber, he had a video. I gotta find a video. But there was a video. He interviewed some guys at some kind of black protest, something like this. He was interviewing one black guy. Out of nowhere, here come a white lady with a clipboard. Talking about something, yeah, go to your spot. Go to your spot. Hey, Frank, go to your spot over there. She said that and the interview was over. It's always like that. And they pulled up in the short bus. They had a short bus with the RBG colors on it. I swear for everything. They had a short bus with RBG, the black flag, RBG colors on it. And the people that were organizing the whole thing, white female liberals. Can't make it up.
Trump's coming for our unions. He wants us all to fail.
All right, that's enough of that. But yeah, you get the idea. You get the idea right there. So yeah, shout out to them. Hey, that right there is an absolute banger. That's an absolute banger. Hold on. Timothy says, you know what's going to be in the Trump ad? Hey, that'd be fantastic to put in the Trump ad. They give us some material. I'm not making it up. I didn't just put a prompt into AI and make them do that. They did that on their own. So yeah, it's 100% pure cringe. If I could bottle that and sell it, I would be richer than Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos combined. CB says, my cats are yelling. Please stop. Hilarious. That is funny. Shout out to the cats. And they're out here protesting. They got like a little march going on too. This is AFGE, Working for America. And their sign in the back says, fight Trump, not your staff, AFGE.
Here as I turn down the audio, sorry about that. Another live event as we are taking a look out of Washington, D.C. as Democrats are protesting the Department of Government Efficiency. That's coming up next. Stay with us.
So yeah, that's them. So I'm sure that's totally organic, not paid or anything like that. Nice, neatly printed posters and banners and whatnot. I used to be a graphic designer, of course. I tell you guys all the time. And I would design stuff that looks like that, not for any kind of protest that I know of, but these things are not cheap. Okay, you gotta. That's not even the vinyl band. That's like a kind of fabric, not even vinyl. That's gonna be pretty expensive for that, and the signs to make those. It's like a 13 by 19 at least. That's gonna be expensive, very expensive. Full color 13 by 19. They probably got it done quick. Big money. Who's paying for that? That's not, you can't go to Kinko's or whatever they got, FedEx office. You can't go there no more and get that kind of stuff. Anyway, we got a protest somewhere. I'm not sure what's going on, but we got the officers jumping into what they're supposed to. I think it's in New York City. Y'all let me know where it is. Well, look, you set up a lawn chair in the intersection. It's time to go. Okay, got to get up out of the chair, ma'am. We don't have time for the nonsense. I need you to get up out of your chair and stop blocking the road. That's what you got to do. Yeah. Hey, you know, a lot of people, and a lot of countries, I should say, a lot of countries, you do something like that, they won't be so friendly with you. Now, here's an anti-ICE protester who may have got, an anti-ICE protester may have been nudged with a car. Just a little, you know, let's watch.
Driver seemed fully aware of my presence in front of their vehicle and proceeded to drive straight towards me.
So I'm going to start from the top. So you can see right here in the center of the screen, somebody is in front of a vehicle with a sign. Now, what I would say is if you don't want to get hit by a car, you shouldn't step out in front of a car on purpose. All right?
Driver seemed fully aware of my
So the car is inching forward and the person is also inching forward. You're trying to play chicken. Well, you lost that game, didn't you?
Presence in front of their vehicle.
And a little nudge, okay? The person did fall on top of the hood, but it's okay. They didn't die. It's okay.
And proceeded to drive straight towards me. The individual driving the car slowed down and stopped for a couple participants right before reaching me.
That the group essentially surrounded that car. Based on the preliminary information we're hearing, the driver may have gotten very concerned, was confused about what to do in that situation. Some of the individuals may have actually hit the car with their hand.
Yeah, I'm trying to escape. You guys are blocking me in. That's called false imprisonment. Okay, or it could be considered kidnapping. So you know what? I'll put the pedal to the metal. The person was actually pretty cool. He just kind of nudged her a little bit to get out the way. But some people, man, it would have been a derby in there. It would have been a monster truck rally in there. Yeah, it would have been a monster truck rally in there. Pedal to the metal. Now, speaking about violence, this guy is a guy I was talking about from here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. But this guy's church is down the cut in the kind of sketchy armpity area. I don't go over there. Let's watch and listen.
Likes violence, but sometimes violence is necessary. When Elon Musk forces his way into the United States Treasury and threatens to steal your personal information and your Social Security check.
See, that right there, a lot of your normies think like that. They think that Elon Musk is going to the Treasury and stealing a Social Security check and getting your personal information. Now, if Elon Musk is able to have your personal information, who else had it? It's not like it's top secret that nobody can see it. And your SSI check, come on, like, let's be serious. He's not gonna, why would he steal your check? For what purpose? Why would he do that? That's the easy way to get yourself locked up. You do something like that. Why would he do that? He has $400 billion. He does not need your check. He doesn't need it. Why would he? He doesn't have access to that. But when you're watching the news, they will have you believe that. But if I was to confront them, they would say, oh, no, we didn't say that. But they know how they say things makes guys like this who are uneducated, it makes them think a thing that's not true. You see? Let's watch. Again, this is a pastor out here, Chattanooga, Tennessee.
There is the possibility of violence. Sometimes the devil will act so ugly that you have no other choice but to get violent and fight. No one likes violence. But
so, bro, you can't be threatening violence against people from the pulpit, no less, especially when you don't even know, you're just ignorant to what's happening. You don't know anything. And this is a problem with the community. Guys like this, uneducated, unwilling to learn, leading people in the wrong direction, the blind leading the blind, quite literally. And, you know, a lot of black churches like that. A bunch of morons in there that don't know nothing and not trying to learn nothing. All they care about is keeping their constituents in there, putting money in the pot. That's it. All right. Now, my thing is, if you are interested in learning, that's all I can ask for. But if you're not trying to learn and you just saying things, that's when I got an issue. Now, back to Ayanna Pressley talking about reparations.
We can legislate justice.
Amen.
We can legislate healing.
And we're certainly long overdue. And for those that would say we need to just get over it, that's interesting. When as a nation, you are benefiting right now from an economy that was built on the brutalized backs and the indignities and the horrors of chattel slavery and our African ancestors.
Okay, now Ayanna Pressley is introducing HR 40. Now, HR 40 has been introduced every year for the past 36 years. Okay, every year it gets introduced. Nothing ever happens. HR 40 is a bill to study reparations, just to study it. That's all. Now, I got two questions. First of all, we've had Democrats for what, 12 of the past 16 years? Why was nothing ever done? And okay, let's go back to when it first came out. 1989, 36 years ago, before some of y'all were born in this chat, it was introduced first in Congress. I forget the man's name, but he introduced it for 30 years straight. Nothing ever happened. He stopped bringing it forward when he died. When he died, it was past Sheila Jackson Lee, and she brought it up every year until she died. You've had two people in the House die who were bringing it forward. Nothing ever happened. And now the next person, Ayanna Pressley, you're a little bit younger. You're not going to die no time soon. You will bring it forward for the next 30 years with nothing happening. Giving all these speeches, all this, that, and the third, you guys ain't going to do nothing. Even if you did do something, what are you going to do? Study it? What is there to study? What is there to study? Hey, you know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring forth a bill every year for 40 years that says we're going to study what 1 + 1 is. Okay, yeah, we're going to bring it up every year. But now we've not done it yet, but we're going to do it. It's been 30 years. What do you need to study? 1 + 1 is 2. They're not going to ever do anything, ever. So it's just a way for them to say, look at me. I'm helping the black people. I'm doing something good. And you know the reason why they won't do anything? Number one, because it'd be impossible at this point. But number two, there's no incentive to do it. Why would they do it? The migrants have replaced black people anyway. So the black grievance is no longer of any kind of concern to the general public. So what? We got the new underclass, the new slaves. You guys are out. And before the migrants, we didn't do anything. And since we've replaced you, we definitely ain't doing nothing now. And the people who are crying about this the most are the ones who voted for their own replacement. So what I say is, again, if you're still stuck on the past, slavery, all that kind of stuff, you have no other choice but to let it go. You have no other choice but to let it go. Move forward in this country, be successful, be happy. Worrying about the past and counting on that to come save you. Wait on Jesus. You'll see him before you see that. And I guarantee you that for sure. I guarantee you that for sure. Now look, they do sell wigs. When I say they sell wigs, that's her look though. The bald head, sugar night look. That's her look right there. That's her image at this point. Is the bald head, Suge Knight looking situation, you know? But anyway, if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. But yeah, I under pressure all them people, man. It's just a mess. It's a whole big mess. All right. Now, the Black National Anthem got played at the Super Bowl. I'm gonna play it a little bit. I hate that they play this at the Super Bowl or any kind of sporting event. I hate that they took Juneteenth and made it a federal holiday. And you know why I hate that? It's because there was no need to. It was just pandering and it was divisive. Because now, the holiday that I celebrated my whole life, because you guys may or may not know, I'm going to tell you the story about Juneteenth from my point of view before anybody else knew about it. Because, listen, I don't care what anybody tells you. The majority of black folks, I was like 90% of black folks, did not know about Juneteenth until it became a holiday. They did not know about Juneteenth until it became a holiday on the federal level. They had no idea. Because my entire life, from a little boy, I celebrated Juneteenth. Why did I celebrate Juneteenth? It was my dad's birthday. It was my uncle's birthday, my dad's uncle, my great uncle's birthday. It was Father's Day and Juneteenth. So every year we go to Washington, D.C., to my uncle's house. It'd be family reunion, Father's Day, Juneteenth, block party in Southeast D.C. That's what it would be every year. Nobody else celebrated it at all. Kwanzaa was taught in school, and nobody celebrated that. Juneteenth was not taught in school, and nobody celebrated it except for us. Except for us. We were the only ones. Nobody else did it. When Trump went to Tulsa, Oklahoma for a rally back, what was that, 2020, something like this? There was a protest from people talking about, oh, you can't have this rally here because it's on Juneteenth. It's a sacred day and a sacred place, which is not really the thing because Juneteenth happened June 19th, 1865 or 3. It happened in the 1800s. Tulsa and the race riot happened in 1921 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. But for the other holiday, Juneteenth, it was in Galveston, Texas, many years before. But regardless, Trump relented and said, okay, let's do the rally the next day for safety purposes. When that happened, the federales when that happened, Trump suggested that you make Juneteenth a federal holiday. Biden comes in the next year and makes it so. That's the only reason why anybody, for the most part, knows about Juneteenth. And I hate that it became a federal holiday because now the day that I celebrated quietly has become kind of a joke and a talking point. And a point for black folks who don't know what they're talking about to try and use as a weapon against whites. I hate it. And I also hate the Black national anthem being played because you're being divisive. We have one national anthem that should be played at events. I'm an American, you're an American, we're all Americans. Let's unify under one song. Our song for the Black national anthem should not be a thing that they play to make it seem like we're different people. Because that's what it does. Okay, we have Americans, then we got black people. That's what it does at that kind of event. If we have a family gathering or something like that, we could do whatever we want in that context because it ain't about anybody else other than the family. If there's a birthday party, you sing the song to the birthday boy or girl. If you got a bicentennial, it's for the whole nation, not just for one person, not just for a family. You see what I'm saying? Does it make any sense? You celebrate something for everybody when everyone is present. If it's just your friend, your family member, you celebrate them and your family exclusively and not everybody else. So when you play these songs at the game, it just creates division unnecessarily. I hate it. I hate it. So yeah, don't play all these extra songs. Just play one national anthem. That's all you got to do. All this black pandering stuff just makes us be more separate and divided. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. So yeah, I hate how they made Juneteenth a federal holiday because now it ain't nothing but a talking point and a joke, and everybody's wrong when they talk about it. They don't know anything. They're ignorant, and they're not trying to be told anything. I hate it personally. Go back to when we didn't know anything about that. That's kind of where I'm at. But if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That helped me out tremendously. And also about Black History Month, Pride Month, Hispanic Heritage Month, this month, that month. If you want to celebrate whatever you want to celebrate, do it on your own time. But why bring it to work though? Why bring it to work? Like, why do I want to go to work and hear the white lady in HR talk about Black history and tell me about Harriet Tubman and who else? Martin Luther King and Harriet Tubman. It's like, am I in the third grade again? I learned all that when I was a little boy. Why am I hearing about it again at 40 years old at work? Do I need that for real? From Barb in HR? Do I need her to come in with a kente cloth hat on? Do I need that to happen? I don't think so. If I want to celebrate Black history or learn about it, I'll do it on my own. If I was an LGBTQ, elemental P, X, Y, and Z, why would I need a day where you got all kind of rainbows and sunshines and stereotypical stuff at work? For what? Why? Why do I need that? If I'm Hispanic, why do I need sombreros and piñatas and whatnot at 40 years old in the workplace? Why? If I'm a little boy, okay, cool. When we're in class, we got the piñata, it's candy inside, we're enjoying it. Not as an adult, not in the workplace. I'm coming to work to work. I'm coming to work to feed my family. I'm not coming to have Barb and HR tell me about Harriet Tubman. Yeah, Crispus addicts. I'm like, man, if y'all stop. Like, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Yeah, EM says, Rachel Dolezal running around HR. Yeah, Rachel Dolezal with her wig, okay, her little curly wig, her fake biracial, her fake biracial wig. I don't want to have her telling me anything about anything. Just one of those. Just, Rachel, don't tell me nothing about that. I don't want to hear it. Just stay over there and make sure my check gets to my account immediately. Thursday evening at 11:50, I'm checking my phone for that direct deposit. Friday midnight, 12:01, I'm on the phone with the authorities. Like, yo, my job robbed me. Go get them in the morning. They're going to be there. My job robbed me. I'm calling the police. That's all I care about. Make sure you get that check to my account immediately when it's supposed to be there. Don't worry about nothing else. But anyway, if you like what you're hearing so far and know what to do, please give the video a thumbs up. BB says, Bree, I work in HR. Hey, shout out to you. Shout out to you. Now we got a good person in there that can make sure that check gets to my phone ASAP. All righty. We got super chats on deck. We're going to get to the calls. The number to call is 434-658-1220. Again, 434-658-1220. Oh, one more. Dank Demas. Did you guys see her try to get in the chair? Hold on. Now look, remember the rapper Dank Demas, the real big, super-sized, plus-size rapper who tried to get into like a Benz, a regular Benz vehicle, not a G-Wagon or SUV. I'm talking about a regular sedan that was rattling, timing belt about to fall off, tires ain't right, the alignment's messed up. She could not fit in the vehicle. The guy would not let her get in the vehicle because she's too big. And she is trying to sue Lyft because of weight discrimination. But look, here's her in the back of an SUV. Now look, the back of the SUV is struggling. And she's pretty much filling the entire vehicle. Okay. The dog is crazy. But anyway, shout out to the dog. She's filling the entire back of the vehicle from side to side. If she was a queen size bed, it might be kind of she's like the width of a queen size bed. Okay. That's pretty much what's going on. To load her in the back of that is going to be a struggle. If you're struggling to fit in the hatch of an SUV open, how are you going to fit in the back of a sedan that's already kind of struggling and raggedy? Make it make sense. Yeah, the dog is wild. But anyway, so this is her at the Breakfast Club trying to fit into a regular chair, like my chair right here. Y'all see my chair? Okay, that right there. I'm a regular sized person. I can fit in the regular chair. Okay, I can fit in my chair right here. She can't.
This the only seat y'all got?
What you want? What you need?
There's one more. A bigger chair or something.
She already little.
Now, I'm sorry for the quality of this. I just grabbed it right quick. But they had to pull up a piece of a sectional couch, to the microphone right here so she can speak.
We had That's what I'm talking about. Good. This is accommodation. There you go.
And she was struggling to sit down in the actual thing. This lady is close to 500 pounds. 500 pounds. And look, she's not even a short person. She's not a tall person. She's a short person, actually. She's like 5'2", 5'3", 500 pounds. You're too big. If you can't fit in the chair at the radio and you got to get a couch, first of all, that kills your argument against Lyft. How are you going to say that you were discriminated against because you couldn't fit in the back of a sedan that was already kind of struggling and raggedy, but at the same time, you had to get a couch at the Breakfast Club because the chair is not big enough. This chair, I got playroom in this chair. I could gain 100 pounds and still fit in this chair pretty well. If you can't fit in the office chair and you got to get a couch, that tells me you couldn't fit into no sedan vehicle. It just ain't really happening. Yeah, showing all the stomachs. The stomach right here, like Bizarre from D12 with the tattoo on the stomach. And she got an OnlyFans page, the nerve. But, you know, some of y'all like them extra, the SS. I know how y'all be, them SS BBWs. I see y'all. I know what y'all be doing. Some of y'all like that. Some of y'all nasty boys are going to go to her OnlyFans and subscribe to see all of that doing whatever it does. I don't know what she's going to be doing on there. What, cooking cakes and pies and whatnot? Like, what are we going to be doing anyway? Yeah. So, moral of the story is, if you're too big to fit in an office chair and you got to get a sectional couch to sit in, you might be a teeny bit too big to fit in a regular sedan in the back seat. Just maybe. But I digress. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. I'm pointing at you if it fits you, boss. I see you. I'm pointing at you. Hey, man, whatever you do, that's your business. I'm not hating. I ain't judging. I'm just saying, I know how some of y'all get down, okay? I know some of y'all like them really, really extra humongous young ladies. Not for me, but that's your prerogative. But anyway, we got super chats on deck. Then I'm going to get to the calls. The number to call, 434-658-1220. Again, 434-658-1220. Oh, she got a cute face, BB. See, look. See, some of y'all be like, hey, she all right. She's okay. Yeah. Now, shout out to Leo Mazzina, who says, with inflation rate went up a little from 2.9 to 3 for the month of January. How did the leftists blame Trump? Inflation was based on January 2025. Exactly. But they'll blame Trump for anything. Whatever they can blame him for, they will, if they're able to. Thank you to Perma Stunt for becoming an ABL supporter. Thank you to the white man who says, gifted. Oh, you give out 5 membership. Thank you for that, man. Appreciate you. Thank you to James, who says, because you've entertained me for so long, why does the black community call conservative blacks? Excuse me. Let me start over. He says, because you've entertained me for so long, why does the black community call conservative blacks Uncle Toms? The black community also hates light-skinned folk. Why does self-hate? The light-skinned, dark-skinned thing is because we're different. That's all. We behave different. We are different. It's just the reality. So what you have are people that's supposed to be people that should be the same or not the same. And a lot of times, dark-skinned people, if you're in the hood area, you don't have light-skinned people around you. When I was a kid, seeing a light-skinned person was rare. It was like seeing a white person in my hood. at school in my hood, a light-skinned person was rare. It was not common at all. So if you were light-skinned, you were just different. The same as a white person would be in a black neighborhood. That's kind of what it was. And since you didn't grow up in our hood with us, then you were different. You look different and you are different. But beyond that, and it's more to that deeper historical stuff, but that's a different story. I'll leave it right there, surface level for now. But the whole thing about Uncle Tom's, that's just uneducated people that don't know anything. If you try to preach accountability, if you try to preach self-reliance, self-determination, you're Uncle Tom. Because that's the only word they have to fight against it. Okay, if you ask them why they feel that way, they're not going to have much as far as an answer. But I'm telling you it's because of lack of education. They don't know anything else. Thank you to Tim the Beard, who said these positions are created as a political favor, 100%. Thank you to Garfowski, who says, yo, ABL, it's ABL night. Keep up the great work. Thank you for that. Thank you to Jamie, who says, give us your best Barbados accent. I don't know how to do the Barbados one. I got to study that. I know y'all say Barbados like that. That's all I know. I don't know all the intricacies because I know it's not like Jamaican, really. It's not like that patois. I got your own little thing y'all do. It's kind of high pitched like this, man. But I can't do it yet. I gotta study it and perfect it. Thank you to Dolores Renteria for your super chat. Thank you to Gregatron, who says, I'm glad I didn't watch Super Bowl Ghetto Mess. Thank you to Stephen Lynch, who says, I like the cut of your jib, ABL. Thank you to Black Suburban Dad Reviews, who says, most Americans just wanted brainless entertainment for the halftime, not some woke rapper and actor with hidden agenda no one understood. Black Americans oppress themselves. 1,000% correct, sir. A. Very well said, sir. Very, very well said. All right. Shout out to Max Powers 99, who says, you like Tommy Richmond? He's from Virginia. Oh, yeah, I heard about him. That's the guy. I ain't never been the same. He from the North, though. That don't count. We don't count that as Virginia, for real, for real. Shabuzi's also from up there. The country guy, the black country guy, he's from Northern Virginia. But Shabuzi, first of all, is a Nigerian. So, and you from Woodbridge. I think Tommy's also from Woodbridge. Woodbridge to us is like Washington, D.C. We don't count that as Virginia. Not really. But I'll still claim him when it comes time for the Grammys. Like, hey, he's from Virginia. But it's a different region. My neck of the woods is not the same as D.C. at all. But shout out to him. Shout out to Tommy Richmond and Shabuzi from Woodbridge, Northern Virginia. Thank you to Papanaya Shelley, who says they bullied us into saying they, them for years. Exactly. They sure did. They tried at least. Thank you to Adizio, who says EDS is a TDS variant. Both are incurable. 100% correct. Thank you to Angela B, who says, did you hear about Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton with the Guatemalan Save the Children Foundation? 190,000 plus kids, and they can't account for 75% of them. Well, they're probably just in the interior of the country doing whatever they want. Hey, you know what? They're probably all here in Chattanooga. We have a lot of Guatemalans here in Tennessee, and I see them deep. I saw the Guatemalans one time, and they cool though. The Guatemalans always cool. You see the Guatemalans in Harbor Freight getting tools, minding their business. They don't cause no problems, but you see them deep, like always about 15 to 20 deep, and everybody's 5 foot tall. The mom, the dad, the kids, everybody 5 foot tall. And one time I saw them downtown Chattanooga in the horse and carriage, packed. I'm talking about deep, deep, deep. Yeah, he had a little hee-ho up front with the driver and all of that. They were super deep. It wasn't like it was weighing the horse down because they're all like about that big, so it was fine. They were like fun size, so it was cool. Shout out to the Guatemalans. I love the Guatemalans out here at least. They really, really cool people. Shout out to them. Thank you to Cardinal O'Flanagan, who says they talk about everybody should be free to themselves, except if that includes being conservative, values of religions, 100% correct. Oh, and to be clear, Guatemalans, cool people, but I don't care if you're cool or not. If you're here illegally, oh, you got to go. Hey, you cool. Hey, Jorge, all of them, they cool, man. But if you're here illegally, going back down the way. Thank you to Bina, who says, there are many whites who are trying to solve the problem, but you never see them going under the label of liberals. Malcolm X. Right on. Shout out to you. Very good quote from Malcolm X. El Haj Malik El Shabazz in the flesh. All right. Shout out to Life with Sean, who says, what's your thoughts on the Swifties calling ICE on Eagles player CJ Gardner's parents because he won Super Bowl and said something about Kelsey? That's just crazy. That's crazy. Why would you do that? I mean, anybody trying to get your grandma, they trying to get criminals. Like, let's not do that. Boomhauer says, yes, I went to your Walmart in Chattown, and yes, it was deep Guatemalans. Yes. You go, like, downtown. I'll put it to you this way. There's one black school downtown called Howard, right? At one point, it was 100% black. 100% black. Now, it's 75% black, 25% Hispanic, all Guatemalan. And they taking over, like, they building businesses. See, the Guatemalans come here. A lot of them are legally here. They come here and they built stuff up. The black folks had downtown for a long time and didn't do anything with it. Guatemalans come here from basically a third world, second world type place. They come here and built stuff up. So at a certain point, that whole space down there will be Guatemalaville rather than black. And the black folks that's there right now, they're going to get moved out to Lafayette, Georgia, places like this, far away in the cut. That's going to be our fate if we don't tighten up. So that's why I say you worry about reparations and stuff like this. Your actual concern should be not even really being a viable part of society anymore. Anyway, shout out to Omar Akron, who says Juneteenth is good, encourages black patriotism. Federal exposed it to grifters and ruined the message. Kind of like Kendrick started good, was infiltrated. Yes. Hey. 100% correct. Like, it's a good message about being black and patriotic for the country, but the way they do it, they're trying to make it be some kind of separate or other thing, like the Black National Anthem. Good song. We've all sung it in the community, or I did. But when you play it during the game and play the national anthem, it creates division to make it seem like, okay, the national anthem is for whites and the black national anthem is for blacks. I don't like that. If we're going to have integration and a truly combined society, we can't embrace segregation. Anyway, shout out to you guys for being here. Let's get to the calls. The number to call is 434-658-1220. Again, 434-658-1220. All right. And let me get my screens back. My screens just went all over the place. There we go. Okay, I think we good now. Yeah, that was crazy. Let me get my screens. And I think we are good. There we go. And again, a number to call, 434-658-1220. All right, let's keep on rocking and rolling. Yes, we are one country, one nation, one flag, one. All of us, American. It don't matter what color you are, what gender you identify as, none of that. You an American citizen, blue passport, that's all that matters. Anything else is irrelevant. All righty, let's get to some calls. Let's go 949. You're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
949. Hey, ABL. It's Marta in Menifee, California. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. About yourself?
I'm happy. It's finally raining in California. And I occasionally, you probably may or may not know about this, but are you aware of each state has unclaimed properties? Like you can, like money you may not be aware of. So I go on there probably like maybe every 6 months. And then like last night, I just found out that I had one for $250 and one for $98 from the Takata airbag lawsuit.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep.
Yeah, so I started researching other people in my family, thinking, oh, I see who else has got money out there. So everybody out in the chat, get out your computers or your cell phones and go to your unclaimed properties and type in your first name, your last name, type in your grandparents. They might have had some life insurance policy that you don't know about. You could be thousands of dollars richer. You never know. So aunts, uncles, anybody out there that unfortunately, rest their soul. And I know God rest in peace. But I just found out today. My dad passed away last year in January, and I just typed in his name, in Google, and I didn't know this, but the mortuary actually planted a tree in his name. So I called him up and I go, "Where did you guys put the tree?" And they're like, "Oh no, it's the National Forestry. They'll just someplace in Idaho." I'm like, "Oh man, bummer." I thought maybe I would find out what that location that tree is, but I'm just happy they did it because they didn't even mention it to me. So, anyways, have you bothered to look up your name recently in the missing properties?
I didn't know it existed, so I have no idea. It's my very first time hearing about it.
Oh yeah, every now and then if you go do a search on Facebook and you type on unclaimed properties, you'll see it. But I mean, I was going to post it in my local Menifee News and remind everybody that, hey, you might have, thousands of dollars sitting around. You never even know about it. But anyways, I just wanted to say hello and hello to everybody in the chat, and I just wanted to give you that information because I was just so happy that I found I got some money, so I'm going to claim it and get my money and, save it for a concert ticket or something.
Right on, absolutely.
So, but I'm so happy that Trump is in and Elon's in, and now we got Tulsi in, and I didn't see any of the videos. Did you play a video earlier about Tulsi? I didn't see that you did or not.
Yeah, I did, where Trump was signing her in.
Oh, it must have been at the time when I was probably feeding my dogs. Anyways, I'll let you go. Thanks so much. Love you. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
All right, shout out to the caller. Great call. Quick rock on and roll in the number to call, 434-658-1220. All righty, let's go to 208. You're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
ABL, it's Tom. How are you, brother?
I'm doing well. About yourself?
Doing good. Trying to stay warm. It's cold as can be where I'm at. But I tried to get a hold of you last week. Good grief, you had a great show last week. Great show this week. But I guess you were just totally slammed last week. I just wanted to share a little something with you. I have a friend that's in the political arena in Washington, D.C., and so the rumblings I'm hearing concerning, I know you saw the thing with Cash Patel, him trying to go through and Shifty Schiff coming uncorked on him. Well, Schiff got a pardon, right, from Bumble and Biden, but the pardon only goes back so far. And so I'll tell it to you on your show. What they're looking at, ABL, is, do you remember when Schiff came out? He came out of the skiff and told a bunch of lies, but then he turned government property and information over to the reporter that got published.
Okay.
Back in the day. So that's the reason Adam Schiff is so nervous right now, is because when Cash gets in there, that's what he's going to go after Schiff with, is election interference and conspiracy.
Yeah, that was crazy, because I remember when Schiff did that, and he had like, well, I didn't really leak it. So you gave the stuff to a friend to leak, but you didn't leak it. It doesn't make any sense.
Yep, exactly. So they forgot about it, I guess. I don't know. Well, Biden didn't even pardon himself. So there's definitely some loopholes, and that's the reason he's the most scared Democrat on there. But from what I'm hearing, there's going to be a lot of surprises coming.
Oh yeah.
So, and you can bet Trump's going to be blamed for retribution. So just get ready for that.
Always.
But Great show, ABL. I'll let you get back to the other callers. Good talking to you, my friend. Keep up the good work. We need you.
Thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Where Adam Schiff had leaked something to the news. He gave it to his friend, and the purpose was for the friend to leak it. So he could say, well, I didn't leak it. Well, it's the intent. You gave it to your friend, and the purpose was for the stuff to be leaked. So, yeah, you go to court with that, man. They're not really going to try to hear that. It's like, well, you wanted it to come out. You did that on purpose. You set it up like that, and you went on TV and said that you did it. So, yeah, that's a really good catch. You should have pardoned Adam Schiff in advance, the same way he pardoned his boy in advance. His 55-year-old crack-smoking, pistol-toting son. 480, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, ABL, this is Lori from Arizona.
All righty, what's going on?
So most of my family members, all my family members are Democrats, and they've been sending me texting me and saying that there is going to be a boycott on February 28th. Did you hear about that?
I've not.
Yeah, it's circulating. I don't know where the source or anything. Let me turn my TV down. Hold on one second, ABL.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was just wondering if you heard about it. It's very disturbing. I don't know why they want to give Trump a chance. They were also saying that Elon Musk was for apartheid in South Africa.
So back to the boycott. What are they going to boycott? Do you know if it's a business or like?
Yeah, they're going to boycott. Don't buy any goods. Don't shop at Walmart, Costco, Target. Don't shop there on the 28th, but do shop at Black-owned businesses. See how bigoted they are? And it's so disturbing to me, and I keep telling them, look, I'm on the right. I know who I wanted to win the election. It was Trump, and I'm able to watch the news on my own.
So why are they targeting those stores, the Walmart, Target, et cetera? It's because of the DEI stuff?
Yeah, DEI and what they're saying, what Elon Musk is doing. You know, they're just finding fault with everything, you know, and just bombarding me because I'm a Republican.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just uninformed people because, like I was saying earlier, I mean, DEI is not even about blacks. It's about everybody else other than straight white males who are able to get in there when they really shouldn't be. So if it's black folks, if it's black folks talking about boycott, all they're gonna end up doing is hurting themselves. So it's just really kind of a self-defeating type of thing.
Yes. I don't even, I'm forgetting how to respond to them. I'm trying not to get angry with them because I think that's what they want.
If it was me, I wouldn't even respond at all because like people don't want it. They hear what they want to hear. They see what they want to see. If somebody's going to approach me in good faith and want to have a conversation about it, then we can talk. But if they're sending me texts like that, I ain't even going to say nothing in response. I'm going to just leave it be.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. Okay, that's all I wanted to know. Love your show. Been watching for a while. Keep up the good work.
Thank you for the call. Definitely appreciate you.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Yeah, because especially family members, they're not trying to listen. They don't listen. All you're going to do is argue. I'll just leave it be. Now, if it's somebody like, I don't know, maybe, online, a debate, we could do that. But a family member or somebody, I'll leave it be. Because I ain't trying how you call my mom and telling me that I cussed you out. 360, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
This is.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
This is Logan.
All right, great name, man. What's going on?
Dude, nothing much, man. I just wanted to tell you, I've been watching you since I was like 16 years old, and I'm 23 now. And I just want to say, you have been such a big influence on my life, and I appreciate all the effort you do and you keeping me informed and not being ignorant.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that. It means a lot to me.
Honestly, you're like the main reason why I voted for Trump the first time in 2020 and in 2024, and I was there during both times on election day.
Perfect, man. I love it. That's what I love to hear, man. And we can just keep it going, keep going even more, even beyond Trump. You know, just keep going with the conservative ideology, man. Love to hear it.
I just wanted to call you and just be a fanboy for a few minutes. Shout out to chat. Y'all take care. Y'all have a great rest of your night, and God bless you, ABL.
Thanks for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
Bye-bye.
All right, shout out to the caller. Great call. Yeah, man. I love to hear it, man. I like when you get the young guys listening to me in high school, college, helping them get on the right track. It's the best, man. Shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for watching. And if you like what you're hearing so far, you know what to do. Please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That will help me out tremendously. All right. Let's keep on going. Let's go. 860, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, Anthony, it's F&A Ranger Xbox. Let me get you off speaker. How you doing, brother?
It's all good, man. What's happening?
Oh, Anthony, my dear friend, I think you're looking at this Juneteenth all wrong.
Okay.
It's turned into one of my favorite holidays since I thought about it.
Oh, boy,
now,
here we go.
Here's the reality. Juneteenth is the day where white Republicans armed with guns freed the black man from the slavery of the Democratic Party. And it has become one of my favorite holidays.
Well, there you go. Sounds good to me.
And that poor girl, you know, the rapper,
yeah,
it's not her fault. She misdialed the wrong number. She thought she was calling a forklift. I'll let you go with that, Anthony. You have a great night. God bless, brother. Great show.
Thank you.
You take care.
All right. Hey, good points. Very, very good points made. Short, sweet, straight to the point. Good points made. All right. Let's keep on going. Who am I speaking to? 617 on the line. Caller, hello, 617. Okay, we got cold feet, 617. I don't know what happened. But let's tighten up a little teeny bit. The number to call, you know the rest, 434-658-1220. Let's keep it rocking and rolling. All right, I think it's 617 right here. Hello, caller, can you hear me? 617.
Hey man, you gotta give the all the information up there, man.
About what?
What's up with the woman that got fired from the FEMA?
What about her?
She should have been fired?
Well, I don't know all the details. What happened?
Oh, okay, so let me give you the details.
Okay.
The misinformation is unbelievable with Elon Musk. FEMA gave out actually this under the umbrella of FEMA, this Shelters and Service Coordination. Under this particular branch, let's call it, in this particular area, there's also funding for migration, those who come in for asylum. So the funding was approved by Congress in 2023. So she should have never been fired because the fund is approved by Congress, and she was not sending the money directly to the hotel. She was sending the money to the City of New York for the reimbursement that the City of New York paid for the hotels. So the whole thing is just a tobacco. The whole thing with Elon Musk is just a bunch of lies.
So let me just get this straight. So the money she sent did go to the hotels, correct?
Went to the City of New York.
You said it went to the hotel. Sir, look. Let's stop playing.
So you
sir. I let you talk. Now let's get to the bottom of the situation without all the games. The money she sent ultimately wound up paying for the hotels. Yes or no? Simple.
Yes, but that's what she was out for.
Okay. So I'm just putting it out there. So the money that she sent paid for the migrants in the hotels, and that's FEMA money, right?
No, that the FEMA money under different services. You see.
So is it FEMA money? Is it yes or no?
Problem with
is it yes or you said it's FEMA money, but it's different. But is it from FEMA or not?
Well, FEMA to cost.
Okay, so we've got the truth. The money she sent was from FEMA and went to pay for the migrants in the hotel. All right, go ahead.
That's false. That's false.
You just said it. You just said it, sir. You just said it. You just said it. Let's not. Look. Do you know you're being recorded right now? We can play the tape back and you can hear it. Matter of fact, people can play this tape back because you got DVR. You can play it back right now and hear you say it. But go ahead. But look though, if you are talking while I'm talking, I can't hear you. They can't hear you. So you might as well just be quiet until I'm finished. But you got the floor now.
So you didn't listen to the whole story, and you telling me I'm reading in base what the particular bill say. Under U.S. Customs, FEMA under the regulation, it's like saying, okay, Medicare gets $10 billion, under patient services get $2 billion. So under U.S. Customs, for shelters for migrants seeking asylum, they get a portion of that money. That money was approved by Congress. So why she was fired? She should have never been fired because she was doing her job. Now, Elon Musk wants to lie to people. He lied that Chelsea Clinton got $86 million from the foreign aid that was false. He said that Hamas got $50 million for condoms. It was a lie. Everything has been debunked. Everything is a lie. You need to read. You can't just say put a video because somebody said something or because Elon Musk said it. You got to do the reading. You got to do the work. You don't want to do the work. What you got to do is post the video and make money. You got to do the work.
So what? So excuse me. What video did I post that's false?
Well, you say you're about to post a video. You post a video.
So the question I asked you is, what video did I post that's false?
Sure,
the question, excuse me, sir, if you're talking, you can't, there's nothing, sir, look, you got to stop talking. Calm yourself down. Control yourself, sir. Look, man, we got to do better as black men. You got to control yourself. Black man, you got to control yourself now. That's the sorry talking about it. You can't control yourself. You just out of control. You're a monster. Calm yourself down. See, look, you can't even stop talking. You're like a woman at the same time. Just stop talking for a minute. Shout out to women out there, not you guys. The question was, what video did I put out that's false?
Man, you are.
Sir, you can't answer the question. I didn't put out any false videos. The money did come from FEMA. And she paid the hotel. So you shouldn't have said nothing like, oh, you got to do the work. You got to do the work. You putting out, I do the work. I don't put out false stuff. So what we've learned to hear today is that I don't put out false videos, that the money did come from FEMA and it did go to the migrants. So I don't see what the problem is.
You didn't say that I'm on.
Look, you got to stop talking because when you are talking, I cannot hear you. Like if they can't hear you, I can't hear you. So you got to stop talking. I've told you that already. So what do you want to say now?
That's what
look. Okay, I'm trying to be nice here. I'm trying to be nice, but as I'm talking, I can't hear you. If you're talking right now, nobody can hear anything. So you're just wasting your breath. Hold on for a minute, control yourself, and now you have the floor. Now you have the floor. So just go ahead and start a new thought. Because whatever you were saying got cut off and they couldn't hear you. So there's context loss. I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt by giving you the context. So start from the top right now. Go ahead.
So hello?
Go ahead. Did you hear me?
So you post a video. The video doesn't give you enough information. You have to get the content. So in order for you to know...
Wait. What video did I post without context?
Talk or not?
What video did I post without context?
I didn't say that.
What are you talking about?
Oh, that's what you do. But you don't post videos?
What video did I post without context?
But in generalization, you post videos, yes or no?
I post factual videos. What video did I post without context?
Doesn't give you enough information.
Which one? Look, you can't just say video you post does not give enough information. Tell me which one did not give enough information, and then we can address it. Which one?
You just said today that the lady that got fired sent funding from FEMA to the hotel to migrants in New York. That's correct or not? It's correct.
Yeah, I said it in the live stream. Yeah.
Okay, you said that. But what you didn't tell your audience is that funding, it was particularly appropriated by Congress. Republican Democrats voted for the migrants And not only the migrants in New York, migrants in Texas went to hotels.
Okay. You already said that. You've already explained yourself that the money did go to the migrants from FEMA, but indirectly, and it was approved by Congress. You already said that. So my question is, what video did I post that's not complete or not factual?
I didn't say that.
Okay, so I didn't. So what are you talking about? What you want to say is that in my stream today, I should have given more information. That's what you want to say. I didn't post a video with that topic.
You don't give information.
When do I not do that? Give me a video.
For example, you mentioned that you hate Black History Month.
Is that
right?
what, okay? So
like
wait. So where is that video at?
Well, but you just said it.
Where's the video at? Look, you gotta just, if you're gonna say something, say it right now. Don't say I don't post videos without information. Say that I was saying things tonight that you want to add information to, but don't say I posted a video because I did not. So what you should do right now is try to add to what I've said tonight.
Okay, so so you knew the information why she got fired.
All right, now have a good night. Have a good night. We going around in circles. It's kind of getting on my nerves. But if I'm just talking in the live stream, that's not the same thing as posting a video. When I post a video, I'm giving you an article. I'm giving you sources. I'm giving you the whole thing. When you're talking live, you're talking. Now, I could post a video later, and in the video, you're going to get the full thing. You're going to get left, right sources. You're going to get an article. You're going to get a full detailed thing with factual information, with articles. You're going to get the whole thing. In a live stream, you're just talking and giving your opinion about things that are going on. Okay? And now if I was to do a video, then I would give you all the information. That's what I do. Talking in the live stream is not the same thing as posting a video. I don't understand how he don't really understand that because he's dumb. So yeah, hey, I know you speak Spanish and you might, hey, I know black, but look, I need you to get it together, man. We got to control the black male image. We can't be on these internet calls crashing out like that. All you're doing is adding to the stereotype, bro. That's all you're doing, man. So yeah, shout out to him. But if you like what you're hearing so far tonight, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff that helped me out tremendously. Hey, that was that Spanglish right there. That was that Spanglish. And sometimes you get things lost in translation. He might not understand what posting a video means versus talking in a live stream. It's two different things. It's 11 o'clock already. That's crazy. That'll pretty much be a wrap for me. Shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for joining. I got one more call right here. Hold on. Anonymous caller, who am I speaking to? I'm sorry, say that one more time.
That's me.
One more time.
I said the guy that calls in all the time.
All right, man. What's going on?
I started anywhere kind of like that. Okay, I noticed humans have short memories. So I just want to give a reminder. Now, I don't have the numbers exactamundo, but generally, Joe, a lot of, whether it's Macron, that's the president of France, or the female president of Germany, I can't remember her name.
Merkel.
I can't remember her name.
Merkel,
jawohl. Yeah, man, thanks. And who else? Trudy, Blackface, Two-Face of Canada, and creepy, sleepy Joe Biden of US of A. I don't know if every one of them is a student of Klaus Schwab, a student of the World Economic Forum, but they all behave, or shall we say, misbehave like it, because they're all rewarding bad behavior. For instance, when they come to US of A, these illegals, they get like apparently bottomless credit cards, they get iPhones. Sheesh. If I'm poor, I can't afford a bill. Even if you throw me a free iPhone, I can't afford the bill. These guys can afford the bill for the iPhone, including the iPhone, and they get luxury hotels. It makes no sense. It makes no sense that the Americans have their houses blown down, even in Hawaii, and they're getting chicken feed, but yet people who aren't from here are coming on down like it's a Price is Right with Bob Barker and whatever winning. Ding, 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 ding. You get a car. You get a job you don't deserve. Why? Because they're dumb and ugly. It doesn't make sense. I mean, even today, I'm at hell yeah, why not? I don't support eating McDonald's, but I just happen to be there. And this I don't know if I'm just telling the truth. Anyway, one of these DEI types of folks, one of the latest trends, she gave me the wrong change. And when I said to her, "Do you know how much change you gave me?" She goes, "No, I don't know how much change I didn't give you." All right. She goes, "Let me see your bill." So I showed the receipt. It shows how much she owed me. She goes, "Well, I gave you back," repeated what she's actually cheating. I said, "You're repeating what you saw. You didn't know what you gave me." I said, "You gave me something that was way lighter than what you claimed you gave me." So, and then she thought it was funny. She refused to correct the problem. It's just, I'm just so sick of this, man. It's destroying our country, our buildings, our housing crisis is because of them. If you look at the amount of illegals that come into this country, they get jobs they don't deserve. They steal our apartments. They mess everything up. It's like, bro, they think some of us are taking this, bro. We're getting mad, son. We're getting mad. They're mashing up everything. Now we got roaches, head lice, mice, rats. And they get treated, they get jobs they don't deserve, and they treat us so poorly in our own country. And you're right. All this DEI stuff, that's not about justice, fairness, equality, and all that good stuff. Jesus would have the tables. Mistaken if you he got mad because it was so. When people come through to clean things up, whether it's Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr., John F. Kennedy, although I don't like what he did to Marilyn Monroe and his brother, but when people actually say, okay, I want to do the right thing, that's when the devil comes in and tries to, like, eradicate us. It's like when these left-wingers put up all these posts, communist posts, and I tear it off and clean up the neighborhood, they get so mad. They go, why are you making a mess? I go, the mess is on the post. This wasn't here until you guys were here, the worst generation ever, Gen Z tards and Y tards. When you mash up the place, they love it. When you clean up the place, they hate you. What does that tell you about them? These demons shudder because they know when Jesus comes or good people come, they get nervous. That's why when the auditing comes for them, and if you and I get audited and we're guilty, we're in debt, we got to pay off our debt. So why in the world are they so nervous about transparency with your money? That's not government money. That's your money and my money being wasted every day, being sent to all these other countries to waste and new waste. And don't you mistake it. Check this out. When they send over X amount of billions of dollars and trillions of dollars, they're getting a kickback. They're getting some cut, a percentage, if you will, without a doubt. I know this. There's madness going on here. This needs to be cleaned up. And charity starts at home.
Right on, 100% correct. Absolutely.
God bless America, land of the free and home of the brave. No more cowards and these pum people who just don't care about us and mash up the place and bring in all these invaders and cockroaches and termites spreading like a cancer.
Thank you for your call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
Good night.
Shout out to the caller. Great call. All right, that'll be a wrap for me. I will see you guys again on Saturday for the live. Same bat time, same bat place, 8 p.m. Eastern time to right around right now, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you guys have been great. Shout out to you. I could not do any of this without you. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. If you like what you heard tonight, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Thank you to all the mods in the chat for keeping the trolls in check. I really appreciate y'all for that. Shout out to everybody that's been retweeting, super chatting, watching, whatever you do. I could not do the show without you. Alrighty. Now, I got super chats here. I got a couple. Then I wrap it on up, put the bow on top. Oh, and before I say that, shout out to you guys who've been following me on the Rumble. Okay, we're over 1,000 on Rumble. I think we had like 1.2 on Rumble. Shout out to you guys over there. Let me just check to see how many. I think I saw today. No, we're just over 1,000. 1.04. That's what I saw. 1.02. Now we're at 1.04, 1,000, a little over 1,000 subs on the Rumbles. There we are right there. So you guys follow me on Rumble. If you are not already, check me out there. I appreciate y'all for joining if you do. And of course, what you're listening to right now is also an audio streaming podcast. It'll be available on your favorite audio streaming platform, whether it be Google Play, Apple iTunes, Spotify, etc. Link for that will be in the description, or just go to your favorite audio streaming platform and search ABL Live Watch Your Pop right on up. And that audio version will be available 8 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow morning. Alrighty, and I got super chats on deck. I'll read those right quick, then wrap it on up, put the bowl clean on top. Thank you to Lou Maldonado for the thumbs up emoji. Appreciate you for that, boss. And thank you to Don Dunn for becoming an ABL supporter or being one for what, let's say 2 months. I appreciate you for that, Don. Alrighty, so that'll be a wrap for me. So until next time, y'all be safe. I'm out and peace.